Worry in your mind, fear is how it starts. Unsure of what you'll find, it could tear you apart. You take a leap of chance, you break your mother's oath now. Macabre is the dance, and set free are the ghosts. Will the card save us here? Will it spell out our dooms? Only one thing is clear, we face fears and fortunes. Fears and fortunes, the cards don't ever lie. There's only 14 ghosts, but a million ways to die.
Hello!
Hi, everybody.
We are here and live for our season finale of Fears and Fortunes. We have an amazing show ahead of us, and I'm just realizing that I don't have the happy music playing. We gotta play the happy music.
We have happy music.
Oh, there we go.
We have happy music.
Happy music.
It's going now. Yeah.
Oh, we don't
there
hear
we
this
go.
in game. We
Yeah, there we go.
100%.
So we have an amazing session for everybody today. Thank you all for tuning in, and if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because we are less than 200 subscribers away on YouTube from being able to become a partner channel, which would help us out a lot. Really appreciate that. And yeah, we have so much to get into. One, the voting for the crit awards is over, so we don't have that to go over anymore. Thank you again for all who voted for us and for all who nominated. Even if we don't win, we really appreciate it. It just means a whole lot to us. And now, real quick, we're going to jump into some comments. We got several comments I want to highlight. These are all from RTFM Tech. Who has been commenting on multiple episodes as they've been watching the entire series. They've been just binging us.
In
All
5
caught
days.
up just in time for the season finale. They also wrote, I hope May and Meadow are not drinking alcohol because they're going to have liver failure with their little game.
Alcohol?
Literally, little game.
For those who don't
Never
know,
heard of it.
for those who don't know, Big Little Game is any of your time I say ba 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 ba, they take a drink.
Here we go.
Here
we go.
So
Stay hydrated.
yeah, you know, it's a
Of
good way to
water,
stay
of
hydrated.
water.
And it's a good way to shame your DM for their filler words. So next, they also said Adam's not even on the show and he steals the show. What's funny is I thought that comment was on last episode because he did that last episode. He wasn't even here. Stole the show.
He haunts the narrative.
But that was actually on episode 3 of last season, so or of this past season. So yeah, really appreciate it, RTFM Tech. Thank you so much for watching, and keep the comments coming. Now there is an important thing I should tell everybody here. If you're watching, whether it's on Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube, we are going to be doing a Q&A next week. We're going to be trying to do it live. So we're going to have a Q&A with the cast where we can just talk about above table about how we feel and answer questions, comments, or anything like that. So if you want to ask questions, you can do so by going to the Forgotten Adventures Discord. The link is on our Twitch page, or you can leave a comment on YouTube. We will be looking at those for the next week and considering any comments we receive as potential Q&A questions to ask. So yeah, make sure you hit us up with those. We would love to answer all of your questions, and we'd love to talk about our wonderful show once the season's over. Okay, that's it for comments. Now, I have 4 pieces of art for you all.
Oh,
You guys can decide the order because they all have very different moods. Option 1 is very cute. Option 2 is very wholesome. Option 3 is very steamy. And option 4 is going to be sad for someone.
Sad first. Sad
All right,
first.
okay,
sad
so
first,
we go
sad first.
sad, cute, Nice,
wholesome?
steamy,
No,
wholesome.
I think
then
we
steamy.
end with Steamy.
End
Yeah.
on
And with steamy.
So we go
We're
in
ready
real
to go into the
confused into the
section. Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
What am I?
So
dude?
we want
What
to
am I,
start with the
chocolate?
sad. Is that what I'm
Start
hearing?
with
Yeah.
sad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surely
is
it's not
fan art.
sad for
Messed up.
me.
This is
Am I
fan
even
art given out to us by Android Grace.
Surely it's not sad for me.
Oh my god, wait.
Does anyone here know who that
Stop.
character is?
Can anyone guess who this character is?
Is
Chuck?
it Anna?
No, it's not Anna.
Nope.
Is it Una's
I
person?
can guess.
It's sad for Una, isn't it?
I can guess.
Who do you think it is, Una?
Is that Una's love of their life?
Yes, it is. You got it in one guess.
This is messed up. This is
Uh-huh.
not okay
I thought
with
so
me.
too.
I knew it wouldn't be
This
sad for
is
me.
extremely sad, and this Una, if this is crazy, by the way, because this is the sketch that Una has drawn.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Android Grace.
Yeah, this is the sketch that you would see around our home. You'd see a bunch of different sketches just like this, different like faces, but one thing that you will all know and note and understand is that all of these are from the top looking down, and that's very important coming up.
Nice. So yeah, amazing piece.
She's
Thank
so
you, Android
pretty.
Grace.
Wonderful.
I saw
She's
this and I was like,
gorgeous.
this is sad. This is gonna make someone upset. But yeah, you guys handled that with grace. We did want to do cute next.
Grace.
We said cute.
Dude, Hippia
Okay.
is so beautiful.
This one is by another one of the members of Forgotten Adventures. Their name is Mutt. Made us this cute little piece.
Wait!
Yeah,
There you go.
That is
That's
adorable.
perfect to make up for the last one. Chibi Una.
Wait.
That's
how they
look around
in
every
this
carpet now.
order because it's like Una's sketch and then how Una feels about it.
That's exactly it. You're so right.
Mhm.
Stop. You're so right.
You guys
That's
picked
exactly
the
what
perfect
their
order.
face would look like.
Boom.
We always do, George. We always do.
Thank you so much for the art. I'm so grateful. Una's so
Thank you so
grateful.
much for the art, Mutt. We really appreciate it.
Really,
Thank you.
really,
Okay. Now we want to do wholesome and then end with steamy,
I'm
right?
obsessed.
Yes.
Okay. Here is the wholesome art. This was done. I don't know actually who to credit this to specifically because lately they've been collaborating. So I'm just going to credit them both. This was by a combination of Karis and Android Grace made this piece together. They've been
Oh, no.
collaborating and it's
Oh,
been
no.
cute as hell.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Wait!
Holy hell.
That's us.
What the
That's
hell?
us, was it,
Aaron's
people?
wide old
No.
back. Let's
Dude, Aaron.
I love it so much.
That is
That's
beautiful.
Aeroport's best.
Una
Yeah.
chugging the wine.
Chugging
No.
the wine.
People's like, no.
Android Grace is saying Karis gets the credit for this one. Thank you very much. And but Android Grace did help on it. And yeah, it's such an amazing piece. So you know, you guys lived the last two episodes, but you lived on your beach
I can
day.
die now. can
And
die
so
now.
you know, you deserve a nice piece of beach day fan art. I absolutely love just Una taking the swig. So we're getting like 3 awesome moments all in one. Just mwah, chef's kiss, love it.
And the hurt
Brilliant.
from Sly's character right now, their discussion between it all is
Aaren,
just like,
you know?
oh, it's so, and that's why I love the shadows of the back just are on our 2 characters here discussing such serious business, and I just, oh man,
I'm
Yeah,
unwell,
it's so cool.
as usual.
Wallpaper
so
discovered.
good.
dude, we all are.
Okay,
Computer wall screen activated.
and now the steamy one. This one was by Android Grace, and Karis helped a little bit on this.
Oh no,
Oh no.
Oh, yeah,
I
I'll
love
do
this
that armpit
so
hair.
much.
Oh,
Hey,
I love
yo.
this so much. Oh my god.
Yeah, I've read this manhwa before.
This is good.
Hold on,
I
hold on,
love
hold on,
seeing
hold
those
on.
reflective, like.
are we
water
calling
light
this steamy
patterns.
now? We're calling this steamy, George?
It was a little traumatic, but I can
Do you
see
not
it.
think this is steamy?
No.
no.
You don't think this is steamy?
You
This
see,
is the.
you
that
see
is the
Una's
The
hand.
look is kind
This
of,
is
you
the
know.
seed that is.
It's like the teeniest bit of suggestive.
Where's
This is,
Where's
this
Una
is where-
looking?
this
By the
is
way, anybody
art
know?
That launched
Listen, I
fan.
know what Karis is capable, and Grace has messaged me. I don't think this is their steamy. I'm just telling you. I'm warning you.
I'm just saying. Hey, George, could you show him the back of?
But it's
like, a
beautiful.
little bit
It is
lower on the
beautiful,
back of
though.
Zoraius, please?
Oh, it's your hand. Oh, hello.
Oh, fingies.
Yeah,
I
I
just
did.
want-
I
I
did
just
see
want
the
that.
hand. Yeah, yeah.
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 Hand placement is important.
And
And
placement
yeah.
is very
important.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this.
Absolutely
We all agree on that.
amazing piece. I like that it is steamy.
Zoruna is crazy, dude.
Yeah, maybe
But
literally.
it
steamy.
also has like this element of fear to it, and I really like that. You know, maybe the steam is the fortunes we made along the way.
Oh.
the-
Good.
Not the friends.
I'm obsessed with the color in this one and like the way the light, like the water ripples are. It just looks so
Yeah.
real. It's so good.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%. But yeah, thank you all so much for the wonderful pieces of fan art. It literally keeps us alive. We absolutely love it. We have a big episode to get into, so we're going to jump into it. But if you have fan art that you've made, it doesn't have to be this good. It doesn't matter what it looks like. We really appreciate it. We've seen art from tons of different people before, and we really just, you know, we appreciate the thought and the effort that everyone puts in. And thank you, artists who have contributed to this. You know, you didn't have to make any of these pieces, but you did, and it really means the world to us. So thank you. With that said, I now have to provide you with more moments of fan artable content. So let us get into it. Because the last time we played, you all had a very rough night's sleep. Let's see. We're gonna go with. Okay. You guys had a very rough night's sleep as you were woken up by the furniture in your own home coming to life and attacking you. Some of you were attacked by precious objects you cared about. Some of you were attacked by giant pieces of furniture. One of you was attacked by a doll that tried to strangle you.
One
You
of
guys
us.
were able to destroy this doll, and then Byron informed you that knowing that you guys had casted Identify on this doll, seemingly the one responsible for all of this, they informed you that there had to have been a magical aura on the doll to hide its true abilities. There's only a handful of people who could do such a thing, and only one of them is an expert at animating objects like this. As they explained who that was, Sly, you were able to correctly deduce which card it might be. And with that, Byron offered you guys help to track this thing down, which meant going back to the island that you just recently left, Harpy's Rock. And as you guys head out, you find yourself on the ship yet again on the seas. As you guys are boarding, you see Dietrich. Back so soon, huh? You know, your mate Byron barely let me utter 3 words before he teleported me here. And Byron speaks up. I didn't teleport you, dingus. It was a misty step. You live in a shack 30 feet from here. Same difference. And they start bickering as Dietrich gets the ship moving. The boat sets sail. The sun is just coming up. None of you have had a long rest, although I will let the audience know now, the party has leveled up since last session. They did not get the effects of a long rest, however. They were allowed to level up, but they don't get any of the like health or spell slots back. With that said, what would you guys like to do as you ride this vessel out through the sea.
Two things, George.
Yeah.
One, before we left, Aaren would have told Pepper to go stay with Gideon until they got back and just assume that the place is compromised for right now. So he would tell her to go to the circus and just remain with them for now.
Okay.
And then could we
Pepper
take
will
a
ask you,
short...
not the castle?
No, not the castle.
Okay. Oh, okay.
For right now, I trust them more than I trust the people in the castle.
Okay. All right, fine. And she heads off. She takes some things with her.
Wait, Aaren, could you hand Pepper these? They hand you 2 frogs. That's JJ, and that one's Abrams. If you could just go ahead and make sure that they're on, or around Pepper at all times, then we've got all bases covered.
Okay.
Right. And I think he'll also give his sending stone to Pepper. If there's any trouble, that'll get a message directly to Sly.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Be careful.
I will.
I love you.
I don't have any more
Love you
gifts.
too.
She leans up,
Oh,
gives you a
sorry.
kiss.
Bad time.
I think he
thank you, Una,
does
as
a
she
quick
takes these frogs.
peck, but Aaren is visibly angered by this whole situation. And I think last thing is it possible we could take a short rest while we're taking
You
the
can
boat
take a
ride?
short rest
So that's
while
an
on this
hour.
boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I need that.
Please. Short rest.
So, you guys are taking a short rest. Is there anything anyone else wants to do while you're on the boat?
Yes, there is. Just knowing that this is the first time getting sat up on this boat, it's kind of like Una's ready to reclaim their power over this vessel that really caused them a lot of problems and trauma and harm as they
To be
see
clear,
like
this
maybe
isn't that vessel, but yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, just a boat in general.
Yeah, sure.
As they see, with Dietrich at the helm, there's a lot of just memory there. As they go to like a barrel that needs to be moved, and they'll start to like push it and try and find the right spot for it, picking up some excess rope and kind of just tidying up. But George, you're gonna notice that Una is not putting them where they need to go. So there's some they're pretty happy about what they're doing. They're trying to reclaim it, but it's all wrong.
Yeah, Dietrich. Una, that's fine. We can.
I've got it. Yes, I want to help out.
But
It'll go right here. It looks perfect right in the middle of this boat. Why is there another boat on the boat?
it's a
Why
lifeboat.
do you not need that? You don't swim?
Could one of you please? Again, this isn't really my boat. It's a bit
Oh.
of a loner.
They start tying the rope to the boat. You need to tie it. You need to tie this down so that it's always connected to the life of the ship.
Right. Yeah.
While
Anyone
this is
else?
going on.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Fable, could I borrow you for a second? And Zoraius holds out his hand.
Sure, I don't want to be up here where I can see the ocean anyways.
Well, I don't not below deck yet, and I just want to take Fable to the other side of the ship for a moment.
Sure.
Not towards like any of the sides, of course, because water's scary.
Thank you.
Yeah, like there. And I'm going to like look over her shoulder at the party. Zoraius is going to put a hand on her lower back. I think, and then he's going to lean in so he can whisper. I think it's perhaps time I fill in the rest of the party, with at least with how much I've told you.
Then what's the need for this charade?
Well, I didn't want to spring it on you. It's They're going to assume you know something.
Well, I might have something that might interest you, and she'll poke him in the chest gently.
That somehow doesn't surprise me.
I have been trying to learn the spell. I glanced at it in a book of Arthur's over at the library. I think I could do it now if I had the right regents.
What do you need?
Well, I guess here's my question is how does a god keep their eyes on a mortal? Is it divination, scrying? If it's one of those, then I think I get help.
George, do I have any reason to believe it would be something else?
No, I mean, divination and scrying are, scrying is a piece of divination magic. Even if you're a god, would be your means of seeing.
I believe what you're referring to would work. Most scrying is done through divination.
Well, then, let's say I could give you 8 hours. Would that be enough to do something?
Yes.
Well,
8
you're
hours of course, yes.
I'll have to destroy something pretty. And she'll kind of like hold her wrist up to the sun where she has a couple little sparklies glimmering. For the regents, I mean.
I promise to replace it tenfold.
Okay. Well, when do you want it?
Now, please.
Now.
Now.
Okay. Just give me a second to prepare things then. She just, I guess if Zoraius wants to be there for this. Basically, the region she needs for this spell is diamond dust, so I'm gonna have to crush up. I imagine this is something some nice man who came to the circus gifted to me. I don't remember his name, but I do like the bracelet. But you know, if I'm gonna get it back tenfold, I suppose I could part with it. I was, I guess the best thing I could think of, I need diamond dust. Can I use like the hilt of my dagger against the ship or something? I don't know what would be best to or even if just to scrape it off.
You can. I'm not gonna nitpick. I'm not gonna make you do an athletics check.
Wait, can I just flavorfully say that if you know from seeing Una try to cook in the kitchen that they use their crab claw to crush up things like all the time.
There you go.
And it's very easy. It's like a nutcracker almost, just like, and it immediately shatters. So you'll if you want to use that, you can, but do your.
I'll use 2 daggers to Una Nutcracker.
You heard it here, folks. Una's crab claw is stronger than diamonds.
So are these daggers.
So
I mean, you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it in action, really. I'm just saying.
I believe a dagger, though, would be stronger, but I'm gonna go ahead and say canonically, yes.
I just need crab claw, to be fair. So shaving it or whatever.
Una's crab claw crushes it into a fine powder.
Okay. Then with that, can everyone else? Is anyone else looking at us right now? I guess is my question.
If I see you crushing up diamonds on the ship, yeah, I'm looking.
No. I would have gone. No. Pretend. Okay, sorry, I should specify. I would have gone like further up the ship to where someone could see me to do that part. I was just gonna come back to our original spot to try and cast a spell. You heard nothing. It was just the ocean.
Sly, what would you have been doing while this was happening?
Yeah, I think Sly was
getting a little bit of entertainment from watching Dietrich and Byron kind of like bicker. It's kind of funny just seeing innocent conversation like that happen. And she's just tilting her head. She turns around and sees that like people have started to disperse. And so she just pulls up her hood, gets a little less visible. She's not hiding, but it's one of those things where the magical cloak does like out of your peripheral vision, you can never quite see her. And she's just walking around the ship. When she sees Una tie down the boat to tie it to the life of the ship, she just walks by very stealthily and snips the rope so that if they need the lifeboat, they will have one. Like she's just kind of walking around mitigating. But I don't think she would have gone super close to them if they were like intimately close and whispering. She's not trying to intrude. So she would have been clocking it for sure, but probably from about 20 feet away at least.
You're not trying to spy on them, but like you're clocking it. But then you get this feeling washing over you like you're being watched.
I think my hand goes up. I want to know who's watching me. Is there any way I could do like a Arcana or like anything that might be helpful to me?
You can do perception, or
Okay.
if you want, if there's any magic you want to use, you could try that.
I think because augury requires a yes or no, and I don't know what options to give it, I'll just do perception to start and see kind of where that leaves me. That is a dirty 20.
You spot for a moment as you are standing on top of the deck. You glance down and you see a pair of ghostly eyes looking up at you through the grates on the top of the deck.
George. Do they look like child's eyes, doll's eyes,
They
adult
look like a child.
eyes? Oh no. Okay. Okay, great. I immediately open, I don't move, and I try to maintain eye contact with this thing. Let me see the language of this right now. Does this thing qualify as a creature, George?
Oh, are you trying to do like a psychic link?
Yes, like if I could talk to it, would that apply here?
I would say so.
Okay, I immediately open up a psychic link and I put up my hands and I say, "Hey, are you okay down there? Must be scary, alone."
They nod their head.
Okay. And again, this is in my head, so I don't think anybody can tell. So she's going to put her hands down and try to look a little more normal and go, "Do you want me to come down there with you?"
They stare at you for a moment. Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. That is a 23.
For a moment, they look around and then they nod.
Okay. I'll be right there. Don't move, okay?
They nod again, and then you see them retreat into the shadow.
I make a hand. I look at Fable and Zoraius, and I see that they're like talking and murmuring, like huddled, kind of. And I'm like, okay, no. And then Una is like messing with stuff on the boat, and I'm like, no, that's good for them. Una needs something to do when on a boat. Like, I don't want to make this worse. And so I look to Aaren, and I go, and I hold my cards up, and go,
Which one is it? As I say mentally to you.
yeah.
Using my mental links, not yours, so you don't have to spend anything.
Yeah, if you're using your mental link, I would like to. I think I know which one it is, George, but if you'd like me to roll for it to be sure, just because we've talked about this one
You can.
before, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe the witness, is that right? The watcher, the witness, something like that. There was a kid
The
around a
witness,
tree.
and you,
Yes.
you've met them before.
Mm-hmm. So that's the one I'll kind of like thumb to. I flip through the cards and stop on the witness. It's very brief, but then I put it back down. And in my mind, I go, it's just a kid. I just want to make
Aaren
sure.
takes his hand off the gun.
Yeah. A kid. And I'm going to start making my way very slowly, very deliberately down there. I want Aaren to know I'm not trying to like lose his tail or go in alone. I'm like making my way that way, very easy, just in case. Because just because they're a kid doesn't mean they're not dangerous.
I
Aaren,
guess I'll tag along.
I have a quick question for you, Aaren. What did you do with Lucian's mask? It was given to you, correct?
No, it was.
No, I stole it and put it in my cloak.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have it.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I want to have a clear idea of where things were.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Aaren,
on
you said
me?
you're going to come with.
No.
Yeah, I guess I'll follow along.
How are you approaching? Are you just following along normal?
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep a little bit of a distance because I know I'm intimidating.
Okay.
So
Give
I'll
me.
still.
You
stay
can
like
do
30 feet
either
back.
persuasion or stealth.
And in this
Oh,
moment, I see
still.
you not coming all the way up, and I go, "Okay, I'm just gonna run down for just a second, and I'll be right back." And I kind of like clap you on the arm, and you see a cupped card in my hand as I hit you for guidance.
Aaren taps in to his criminal training. All right, his old ways. Activates them light feet with a natural 20 for a 28 on that stealth check.
Wow. Aaren, uncharacteristically, usually the biggest man in the room everywhere they go, manages to keep a low profile as they
Most
slink
dexterous.
through the ship. And you find yourself down below. You're not far from Sly. And Sly, you see hiding behind this like sort of beam of the mast that goes through the ship. You see them. They poke their head out from behind the mast and look at you.
I sit down crisscross applesauce, and I lay my hands palm up on my knees so they can tell I'm not armed, I have nothing in my hands, and I only speak to them through the mental link. And I say, "You're the witness, right?"
They sort of like almost shrug.
Okay. What's your name?
They go to speak up, and then you see they look worried. They look scared.
I remember this from last time.
She's watching you.
Right now? Okay. That's scary, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know a secret? I'm not scared of her.
Make a persuasion check. And are you being honest?
I am in this moment. I feel like facing being locked or like half buried alive for a bit there was really rough for her for those last couple days, and then talking with Aaren and getting to see more of Lucian has kind of re-emboldened her in a way. Maybe not in the smartest way, but it certainly has. Persuasion. Ooh, I'm going to use my reliable talent and use that as a 10. That'll be a 15.
They're quiet. They contemplate your words. Do you follow up with anything?
Yes. All of this, again, has still been in just our link, and I don't know if anyone else can hear in on this, but I feel like it's the safest way to talk to them. and I say, I'm really glad that you're here. It's easier to not be scared when you're not alone, right? And look, I'm down here with you. You're not alone at all. Me and my friends, we're on the way to make sure that she doesn't hurt anybody else. That's what we do. And we do it really, really good. I trust my friends. Do you want to be friends? Good. I would really like that. Oh, he's just a baby. I say, now we're only talking in here, not with this. Can she hear us in here?
I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. Do you know anything that could help us make sure that she doesn't hurt anybody else?
I don't know. I just thought you should know. They're watching.
That's very nice. That's what a good friend would do. You don't like watching what she does, do you? Okay. And you were in this card once? Okay. And you didn't like that either.
I don't remember it.
Okay.
I've been asked to watch a lot of things.
Bad things?
Sometimes. I
I'm
watched
really
her
sorry.
before. And they look up. And you see through the grates Fable.
And what did you see when you watched my good friend?
She was little like I am.
We were all little once. What was she doing when she was little?
She looked like she was sick. And a doctor or like a person with like a bird for a face. They were doing something.
I've met her. I'm sorry you had to see that. Have you been asked to watch any of my other friends on the boat? Okay. Who?
The blue one?
Oh. Una's the best to watch if you're going to be on a mission. Una's fun, aren't they?
He was really sad.
Does she ask? Or does she make you?
She asks me. I'm not sure what the difference is.
I see. Well, friends don't make each other do things they don't want to do. Did you know that? Yeah. All my friends
She
are
said I
very
was
nice.
useful, though.
By watching and telling her what you see. And And I'm sure that was very useful to her. But since we're friends, could I ask you maybe not to tell her what we talked about in here? Okay, if you don't tell, I won't tell. And then that's our first secret that we share. That's called cahoots. She's gonna hold out her fist to this little ghost kid.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god, I can't keep doing this.
Like your auntie taught you.
Okay, I'm gonna treat that with my reliable talent as well and use that as a 10. That is also a 15, but I would like to bolster this. Earning this kid's trust is important, so I'll use one of my psionic die to add to it. Which makes it a... Oh, I rolled a 1. That makes it a 16. I'll take it.
They reach out and they, unsure, they bump your fist, and you feel this rush as they do that.
Ooh.
And for a moment you see the things they were talking about. You see
Oh, no.
Fable as a child. You see Una on a beach crying. You see the Puppet Mistress cornering a wizard and approaching them, her one arm sort of twitching as it, like, doesn't seem to obey, and she walks unnaturally, and she pulls out a dagger and approaches this wizard who she has somehow detained. All of this rushes through you, and you realize in this moment all of the cards have abilities. This one, though, was the means by which the Seer knew things.
She put a kid in there to bear witness.
You don't know the circumstances of how that happened, but
Yeah.
ultimately, yes.
Okay.
Something about them. You think about the people who have been put into these cards. They all seem like at one point or another they were marked in some way. What they end up doing in the deck is likely has to do with maybe the circumstances rather than choice in terms of that. So that's for you to decide and
Yeah.
navigate, though.
Yeah. Because she doesn't want to ask that, and because she's not going to put this kid back into the deck to use him at this point, she's going to go, okay, now that we're in cahoots and we have a super cool secret just between us friends, I'm going to go back up there like nothing ever happened so you don't get in trouble, okay? And I'll see you soon. And we'll share more secrets, okay? And if you want, I can introduce you to my friends whenever you're ready. And if you're not ever ready, it'll just be you and me hanging out. Because that's what friends do.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to see you real soon.
Okay.
Okay. And she's going to get up really slowly. She's already telling Aaren in their mind link everything that just happened. And she's coming back towards the stairs to get out of there.
Okay.
You don't know it, but you pass by Aaren on the way out.
That's fair.
That he follows by.
She literally just saw far too much. It's like...
He was just waiting there in the silence, holding his blades just in case something happened. And then we'll follow you back up to the top of the deck.
She put him in there. She put a kid in there. She put a kid in there just to look, just so she could see more. And there are better spells. There are ways to do that. The prince would have given her scrolls. That's a child. And she realizes she's back up top and like claps her hand over her mouth.
Where?
Sorry.
Child, where?
No, there's no.
Out in the sea?
No.
You
no.
run,
Yeah,
run
no.
outside.
No.
Yes,
no,
you all
there's
hear this
They look at the
outburst from
sea.
Sly.
Sorry. I'm just feeling a little
Is any-
seasick again.
You saw a child. Where? I can save them.
Just a little out of it. Hold on. And then Aaron's gonna just hold up a finger to his lips and just say, just mentally one by one to everyone, nobody talk about this out loud. We are being watched. And everything we say out loud more than likely can be heard. And he just relays that message to every single person mentally. As he begins to move to the side of the railing and then just casually lean over.
Zoraius hears this with no other context. Aaren, mentally.
Yeah.
Does our link work back and forth?
Yeah. I have to go one at a time.
After you relay it, I hold up my hand for you to read for me.
I point at you. Yes. What is it?
What is watching us?
Another card. It's a child. You never met them, but they're being used as a scout. Relatively, they seem harmless. But we found them when we were in the Prinwood.
George, do I know anything about the Prinwood?
The Prinwood is the forest where the elves live.
Noted. Copy that. And just Steel glances at Fable.
She'll like make a subtle gesture to. Wait, we can't go below the child's below decks. That's what you told us.
Yeah. So just
I would stay up here if I were you.
out loud, Aaron says, "But you can talk out loud, but just be very particular about your words."
Oh, there's the child. As Una dives into a little bit of like water that has been like on the ship, and they see their reflection, and they just dive for it. Like they dive for they dove to tackle Aaren. They dove to tackle, playing into it, and then they hit the ground, and then kind of roll into the back of the the side of the ship, and then as they're kind of laying there, they wink at Aaren.
Played it off perfectly.
Sorry, it was just my reflection. How silly of Una.
I hold my fist out behind my back really slyly to cahoots bump with you.
Fable, were you going to say something?
Yeah. I'll just say, loudly for everyone here. I'll say, "Well, thanks for the chat, Zozo," and she'll go give him a big hug. Like she'll just everyone can watch. It's fine. But she has, in her hands, she has the diamond dust, and she's gonna kind of sprinkle it on him, like behind him, to cast her spell, to cast non-detection. Is that what it's called?
Are you casting it on them, or are you casting
Zoraius.
it? Okay, give me one moment. I just need to double check the wording of that.
Or the
Looking for
I
them
can give it to you if you
loopholes.
want.
This is important. The target.
A target.
The
is
target
attached
is
to
very
them.
important because,
Yeah.
like, if you were to place this on a person, they
Yeah.
cannot be seen or scried on.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That
We're
doesn't mean
dealing
the
with
people
two different
around them
issues.
have that luxury. If you were to cast it on a room or an object or a place, that sort of, well, technically a place. If you can cast it on a room, for example, that protects the whole room and all of its
But
contents.
But it's only a dimension of 10 feet, so that's not really
There
I'd be
are,
like,
there are
there's
some
a
rooms on the
light.
ship for that.
like a coffin.
A privacy lifeboat.
Jeez, dude.
Privacy lifeboat.
Okay, when Fable explained it to Zoraius, she was talking about casting on him, and he didn't say anything otherwise, I don't think, right?
I'm just letting you
No,
know,
Okay.
based on what the others just told you, if
Yeah.
you want to be free from anyone scrying on you, you would want, like anyone scrying on any of you, you would want to do it on a room. But if you want to just do it on Zozo, that's fine. I just realized
no,
I just
I was
started
thinking-
calling him Zozo too.
No, and I think that's perfect. I think Fable is thinking more. They brought up the child, and it's weird and coincidental, but also Fable's seen this child before, and she knows they're after this other thing. I guess we're concerned about these more unknowns of whatever the hell Zoraius has going on. So she's trying to shield him from that, so he can figure out that shit, so they can not be in danger from that anymore. So she just cast on him
Thank you.
for 8 hours.
Oh, thank God.
It's just a hug.
Oh, sorry. Stressful situation.
If you need one that badly, I'm sure anyone here. Una loves to give hugs.
They're not as good as yours. Sorry.
Oh. Okay.
What are you guys doing?
No, I will
we gotta,
still give
we
you a
gotta
hug.
keep things moving.
Yes. I look over at Sly and I go,
She waits for you to speak out loud. She knows exactly what you're asking, but she hates you.
Bro, I'm done.
That's my girl.
but this is exactly what Zoraius is going to do.
We're all just watching this, right?
participate?
Yes, everyone's just watching this.
I scribbled down on a piece of parchment.
I will open up a psychic link with everyone except for Fable because I can only get 3. I double checked. So I have to get everyone but Fable. But Fable, you already know.
It's fine.
I open up that link and I am looking at you, Zoraius, when I do so. And in my mind, I go, Aaren, is now a good time to chastise him?
Chastise.
Admonish.
Sure.
Great.
I mean, it's never not a good time to chastise Zoraius, but
Okay.
what in particular is happening?
Perhaps you'd like to know what this conversation is about before you spend all your effort.
Nope, that's okay. The effort is part of the fun. Look, stranger, you saved my mom. I won't forget that. But you also let me down, and I won't forget that either. You're here to keep us alive and to make sure these ghosts don't keep hurting people, and so far, you've been very good at that. But you are not a good friend. You don't get to call me Sly. You need to remain as formal as you've been and continue to show me the proper respect if all you're here to do is work for the Seer. You don't get to know what a fantastic group of friends we could be because you haven't tried and you haven't shared anything. You aren't worth the amount of friendship that we could give you. And if you're going to be a coward, at least be a capable one. And defend more than Fable when shit hits the proverbial ceiling fan. Okay, now you can tell me all about whatever's making you sad.
I have a rebuttal, because as I recall, when shit hit the fan, I ran straight to your mom. When Aaren was surrounded by stone beings, I conjured a whirlpool to get them off of him.
When we were turning to stone, stranger, I heard you shout, "Not her," and you ran to her. When I came to look for you, to inform you about how we could better survive that encounter before we ever touched shore, you had locked the door, and you had kept secrets. You promised you would share with me
Days have passed. It is disrespectful. No one on this team disrespects anyone else on this team. I'm here to listen to you, but I don't like you, and I don't have to. So if you want me to understand something, please explain. And I turn to Aaren and I go,
Aaron's looking down at the floor.
Una,
Aaren is stunned. And just you hear static. If you could hear static electricity within a mental link, it's
Aaren, there's a moment during this that you're not the receiving end of this, but there's a moment while listening to this that you are 10 years old and you are hearing the Seer say something to you and chastise you for a decision you made. And you come back to Sly.
While this is being said and talked about, I do want to note that Una has gone over to Fable and whispered in their ear that we're having a talk, and that I need to look normal. So if you would help that by teaching me how to juggle back and forth, I'd appreciate it. So that's what's happening while that conversation is taking place.
thank you so much for not telling Fable what I'm saying.
so what?
Why are you making
I'm a
that
real
face,
one.
Una? Why are you frowning like that?
I dropped the juggling balls.
This
I just am bad at this, I think.
Seer,
think I'm
this
bad.
conversation right here is that conversation I promised you.
Yeah,
Away
too
from
late.
prying eyes.
It's too
You
late.
just discovered today that you've been being watched. I've been being watched for far longer. And I have been keeping all of you on the edge of that friendship to keep you safe. So I apologize, Seer, if I have not been full front and honest with you. But I promise you this, I am keeping you as safe as I can be.
I'm listening. We're all listening, except for Fable,
I'm
who's already
listening.
listened in secret.
My magic is one that I bargained for in a dire situation that I had to get out of. And I cannot share every little detail about that. And I'm going to have to ask you for your forgiveness and possibly your understanding if there's any left. But I can assure you I'm here to keep everyone here safe and alive. And if I can find a way to shake this bargain and still come out alive, I will. Or if I have to fall on a sword to keep you all safe, perhaps that's a conversation we'll have another time as well.
So,
I think he just wanted to tell us he's a warlock.
Aaren clears his throat in the mental link. So,
You don't have to do
well,
that in here.
yeah. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I think this is a conversation we should probably save, maybe table for after the very, very intense possible fight we have coming up.
Okay.
Your concerns are no, Sly. Listen,
What?
your
I said
concerns
okay.
are your concerns are valid, right? Zoraius, it seems you are finally in a position to where you can divulge more information. So we will have that discussion at a more appropriate time where emotions will not throw us off our game before a fight.
Agreed.
We all agreed to that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Before
cool.
we table it, I
Yeah,
need you
yes.
to know that it's attached to water. I'm scryed upon through water.
Okay.
So if I'm near it, I may be distant, and I apologize.
Aaren looks at us being on a fucking boat. All
Yes.
right. Okay. So, all right. Got it.
And being
Sly
washed down below.
is just getting more pissed off that he's been on boats and been to the docks and been everywhere near water with us and has
Wow.
not said anything. But
That's bad.
she already agreed with Aaren that she wasn't going to say anything else in the mind link. So she goes, Aaren, I think we should make a combat plan right now. It's not going to help us to know that she's scared of water.
That's that's always the first thing I go to. So now, just to be clear, Zoraius, you just had a spell casted upon you by Fable, correct?
Yes.
What does it do?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got pretty damn high stealth if you want to see if you saw that.
We're gonna retroactive it?
No, the spell was meant to be stealth. The hug was
Oh,
obvious.
oh,
It was
sorry.
like, yeah, sorry. It was like sleight of hand, the spell part.
Give me.
Yeah.
You can do
Spell
insight
though.
or perception, Aaren, or you can do perception. And if you're proficient in Arcana, you can add your proficiency. If you're not already proficient in perception.
So you saying I could do perception, but then add my Arcana bonus instead?
No, it would be perception. Are you proficient in perception?
Oh, no.
Then add your proficiency bonus because you do have proficiency in Arcana. You would know what to look for.
Okay, gotcha. So we'll pretend like we add an extra 3 on there. So it'd be 16.
16. Fable, I would say you can do sleight of hand. I would say this would be required.
My bad, 17. Math is difficult with small numbers.
Lucky.
Technically, at that time, I was on the deck.
Hold on. Where's my... Sleight of hand. 21.
21. Aaren, you did not notice a spell being cast.
So
Sorry,
the
sorry for
problem
making
is,
something like
we
that.
don't know if any of us are invisible to the effects of the scrying that is happening right now. If that were possible, that would make it a lot easier for one of us to be able to stealth in the location, maybe flank off separately. But alas, it is what it is. So maybe
well,
we split into like
Aaren, you're
different
never going
parties.
to believe this.
Really?
Oh wow, another secret.
maybe
Oh
Maybe I should
You
also
all
mention
made this
something.
bed. I want you to know.
Yeah.
I also have a secret that has to do with what we're talking about, but I don't want to. We've already said to, table or shelf it, and I once we find one of those, then we can talk about it. I
Is it
suppose.
Aaron's looking at the island, getting closer, like, okay, sure.
But we don't have to talk about it now.
I'm sorry. Are you giving me the silent treatment? Are you going to do this the
No.
rest of the day?
Well,
No,
that's why I was juggling with
I
you.
was gonna give you a minute, but like, what's going on, guys?
Aaren goes, everyone shut up, everyone shut up. All right, listen. We just need to move as carefully as possible.
Are you saying this in your mind or out loud?
I'm out loud. Wait, yes, I'm saying this out.
Okay.
Mentally, I'm going to go. I can scout ahead.
Thank you.
Seriously?
I turn to Fable and I'm gonna walk up to you and go, I'm so sorry, that was a lot, that was all in our heads. And she's gonna take the piece of paper that Zoraius had just handed to her to be like, open a mental link, please. And is going to go, did you know about Zoraius and his powers? And she's just gonna hold it up and watch your face.
I think that Fable would not react. I mean, but I don't know if you want to have me.
No, does that
really-
mean like you wouldn't say yes or no? Like you would straight out give me no answer whatsoever?
I would message you.
What do you message?
I knew a little, next to nothing. I don't know what you know now, so I can't really answer that.
I don't know anything. Thanks, Fable. And she says that part out loud and she drops the mental link from everyone except for Aaren.
You guys are arriving at the island. You see off in the distance ahead of you, the sun's rising. There's ruins of the Mystic Foundation coming into view. Byron looks like he's heading over to start telling you information about the place, to prepare you all. But before that happens, is there anything else you guys want to say to each other?
Yes. Yes, Una walks up to Zoraius and says, We've needed to talk. I tried to give space to each of us as it's been a long night. But I can't wait any longer. What did you trade? As they look behind them and to the side, hoping to keep this lower volume. What did you trade? Hoping that hopefully you know what that means from what we saw.
Una, I traded captivity for freedom.
You wanted captivity?
No, I wanted freedom from captivity.
As
They
those
start to
words
think
come
about
out
that
of
for
you,
a second.
Zoraius,
Yeah.
the realization hits you. Or did you trade one captivity for another?
How could you trade something like that for something better? My trade was nothing like. And that's kind of where I would like to get to when we hit the island.
Yeah, it's like your trade, and then finally the ship.
Okay, wow, everyone. Hope everyone's ready for combat. Cast your buff spells, and if you got guns, bring your guns and your swords and daggers and weapons and shields and shit.
Let me pray to my gods for us
Hallelujah.
as they start
All
to
right.
throat sing a little bit. And
I like it when they do that.
They're going to go ahead and cast guidance on y'all.
Okay.
Make sure that you're ready. Just in case, the second we step foot into this,
In the mental
into
link,
the sand.
as soon as we step off.
Literally, dude. Literally, that's what we're thinking.
In the mental link
island.
with Aaren, I just go, can I hide behind you? I haven't really been able to hide. They kind of already seem to know where I am, but if I can hide, I have a better chance at, living.
Yeah, sure. And we can, I got some more long-range stuff now, so we can pick them apart from long range. So.
You look tired.
Yeah, I didn't get to sleep last night.
Well, when you're
already
tired,
up
you
late.
can't fly. Can I help?
Sure.
Okay. And she's going to pull up her hood and scoot in between your legs until she's a little bit behind you and you don't see her anymore. But her mental link is still open with you. She's going to hide all the way up until we are she's going to hide until indefinitely, Your Honor.
Okay. So you're just hiding behind Aaren the whole time? I'm not understanding.
Just as we are making our way out, yeah, because I can kind of
okay.
operate in that same space with my size.
I see,
I'm just going
I
to be using that as cover and shadow to try and keep them from seeing me first.
Got it. Okay. You guys head out. As you do, you make it onto the island, and you see the island is covered in ruins all over the place. What you see is essentially this. The structure, though, on this side of the island. Last time you guys were on like the far end away from the city. This one's closer, and you see stone structures similar to the ones up there, but they're broken and some of them are caved in. Everything looks dilapidated. Everything looks overgrown, like no one's been here. Byron starts recounting to you guys the history of this place, should you wish to know. How closely are you guys paying attention to that? Or is it just
10 out of
noise
10.
behind you?
10 out of 10 for...
Very closely.
So,
This is wizard shit.
yeah, they start explaining. So the Mystics Foundation, was started by the first mages to come to this land. They realized pretty quickly that magic didn't work here as intended. Any spell above 5th level, causes wild magic.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever tried casting a 9th level spell and it goes wrong, you can know how bad that can be, right? So, the only exceptions to that are like psionics, bards, clerics, and magic channeled through like items, like magic items and things like that. Remember I used the teleportation circle to get us to the island? I could only do that. That spell's too risky.
A higher
But
level.
if I have a circle, I can do that.
It bypasses the effects of the field. Okay.
Sorta, it's like an anchor. But mages, having a rough time of things with magic, they weren't really allowed to practice and figure out things in the city, so they built this place. Close enough that they could get there, but not so close that if something goes wrong, it would hurt anyone.
Okay.
So you're saying that we should not cast certain spells such as we can only cast spells such as
well, you're a
spells,
cleric. You get your magic from something else. This is
We're
magic
fine.
from the arcane arts, wizards, basically, and some sorcerers.
Understood.
But
I understand.
I will
Thank
say
you.
though, do be careful.
In what
this.
way? With our steps?
Well,
Our
with a lot of things. So look, and they're trying to think about how to deliver all this information to you. The king, the first king, that's the current king's dad. He was really invested in this place. Thought, it would help him win against the war against the elves and all that. Funny enough, though, after the war, King Casimir, he continued his father's interest. In fact, he actually donated a lot to the school. That's not important. Things eventually went wrong, and there was a wild magic event that was big. And as such, some people died, but also the island's sort of scattered with wild magic. It's not safe to be here.
Who cast wild magic on this place? Who had the power to cast that much that it stands today?
Yeah.
That takes so much.
I think that's who we're looking for, actually. There was a wild magic explosion. It set fire to things, caved in some of the buildings, spread wild magic everywhere, and it was no wizard came back here. Now wizards are kind of a dying breed, but that's not important. I think the reason this all happened was because of them. The lady that you all are dealing with.
Who is she?
Well, I knew her. I didn't know her, but what I read is her name was Marina Clampett. And she, yeah, they were one of the best wizards at the school, an archmage. Master of transmuting. Objects were easier to instill magic into safely. Not without risk, but easier. And, well, they didn't stop there. They thought they could crack it. They could figure out how magic works. How to get it to work here.
Mm-hmm.
And, it didn't go well. So, just be careful. If you see anything weird, stay away from it. If you cast any spells, just be careful. It could blow up in your face. That's not important. Hopefully everyone will be okay. Just be safe. Don't cast spells unless you gotta.
Unless a cleric were to cast spells, correct?
Well, no. So you're safe to cast spells, but if you run into wild
Okay.
magic here, wild magic, it's sort of like it sort of contaminates the air. If you're near it,
Oh, like pollution, like oil and water.
yeah, a little bit like oil and water, but you can't see it. So if you happen to be near it, and you won't know, but you'll find out if you cast the spell, then like you cast firebolt, and then it turns into a lightning bolt. You'll be like, well, that was weird, but it's not weird. It's actually wild magic.
If I casted detect magic before I went in there, would that give me advantage on figuring out where some of those spots might be?
It could, but just be careful. Yeah, because even detect magic can do it.
Okay. Let's.
With that said, you guys have the island to explore. If there's anything you're looking for in particular.
You said detect magic can sense these areas?
Yeah, it can sense like the location, like strong locations of it.
Because I can cast it ritually, so
Same.
I can, as we're walking and talking up to it, for the first 10 minutes at least, safely kind of use it around there. Because I think what I'd like to do is try to like safely, while we're outside, safely observe what some of the wild magic pockets look like, so that while we're in there, I can possibly try to make an Arcana check to feel if I'm standing in a spot where the surge would go off if I tried casting a spell. So like if I could just maybe make an Arcana check or something to like study it to see how it like, feels
Go
around
ahead.
it.
I'm gonna say give me an Arcana check as you start looking around for wild magic with detect magic.
Could I join in that?
Yeah. Both of you make separate rolls.
It's terrible.
Oh.
Add your guidance, Aaren. You never used it.
I have guidance.
I gave it to you
Yeah.
on the ship. You didn't need it because you got a natural 20.
Nice. What does the guidance add? A D4?
E.
I got an 8.
An 8.
Hold on. So it's a D4 for guidance?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What did you
And then
roll?
I got a 6 initially. So plus 2, that'd make it an 8. And then I will spend a second win to try to attempt to get it past whatever the DC might be.
You sure you want to do that?
Well, the thing is, it's free if I fail. If I fail, it doesn't expend the resource.
Fair
so
enough.
that'd be for a total of 14 is what I got.
14. As you guys look, both you and Zoraius see these wild magic spots. It's like there's like fissures in the ground. There's like fissures in the ground, and out of them is sort of like, it's like leaking a rainbow almost. Zoraius, there's a moment where you're looking at it and it reminds you of parts of the Feywilds, where it looks, these are like natural springs of sorts, But you realize in the Feywilds, that's one thing. These aren't supposed to be here. You can see where these things are, but as you guys move about them, you can see that they're not like all over the place. But where they are, you can't really tell where they begin or end, or you can't like feel it out. It seems to be just you're either too close or you're not, or there's a high enough concentration, but it sort of looks like almost like gas or like not quite gas, but not quite electricity either, sort of spreading, and in some spots it concentrates and then it breaks up. In fact, you actually are looking, and the example of oil and water is almost right in that this stuff sort of moves. It's like it's not binding with anything around it.
Yeah.
Aaren, I think I'm gonna scout ahead.
Right. I guess ask either ask Una for guidance on
The
that.
Seer can be mad at her tools all she wants. When it's time to build a shed, you need a hammer.
Right.
So he admits it. He's a tool. Sorry.
Inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to dip back towards the Seer. Seer, I'm going to scout ahead. If
She
you'd
slaps
like
you with
information.
guidance. Not in the face. Like she like hits you like she would hit anybody. Like right on the arm, cupped. The same way she did to Aaren on the boat. Guidance right on your hand.
Now,
Thank you.
I want us to say real quick for all of you, there have been other things you guys have talked about coming to this island for. If you want to look into any of those things, I'm not going to list out the possible things you can look into, but if there's something you want to look for, tell me now.
Anetta's research.
You're looking for Anetta's research. Got it. Anyone else?
Yeah. Did I remember correctly that there was an amulet used to avoid the Seer being perceived from this island from the Drowned Rebel or something?
That was something that the pirates told you. Dietrich mentioned that
I think that's the thing they
Stonefish
sold
had
to
one,
someone, right?
and they sold it. So it's probably
Noted.
somewhere on the
In
mainland
Veraport.
where
Okay.
you can buy it.
Never mind.
Yeah. Anyone else?
And then
I'm trying to figure out what was here, to be honest. This was more so for the person.
I think
That's why.
Fable's interest would be what Aaren has already mentioned. So I guess any assistance in anything related to her
What about
or the
Sly
future.
and Zoraius?
I'm not. What are the other things that we said could possibly be in here? Because as of right now, I'm sticking with Aaren. But if there's something that is relevant to the Seer that I need to know about, I'm
Yeah,
turning into a
Slyers.
fox trickster spirit as we speak. That
Give
I would
me
know about.
intelligence checks, Sly, Una, and Zoraius, and I will give
Oh,
you
Lord.
information, or I will give you like reminders based on what you roll.
Just
I would.
straight
Can I?
intelligence.
Oh,
Say what?
Just straight intelligence.
Intelligence. Yeah, I would say intelligence or history.
Okay, thank God.
Thank you.
check out the big brain on.
Okay, I'm
23.
using my reliable talent yet again, and I'm going with a 14 instead of a 7.
Okay. And Una?
So I kind of don't want to roll intelligence here. I was wondering if there was a way that I could kind of like, with this newfound like win against their past, they're kind of like noticing how they're being
You
led
just want
by
to explore.
fate. No. I want to be led by fate. I want to be led by
That's- but
fate in
I
a
get what you
very
mean. That's-
specific way.
We're on the same page. Roll. Roll. Give me an insight check for Una. Sly, for you, the current thing you guys are worried about is this Marina Clampett. Finding out more about them might be helpful. There might even be evidence of where to find them on this island if you look into them. Zoraius, you and Una both end up following the same thing. Una's sort of just looking around and is curious about things. And Una, you see something that says Homunculus Lab. And that's odd to you. And so you start looking into that. Zoraius, you remember, and you don't think the rest of your friends remember this, but what you specifically remember is that the way you met the party was they were fighting that weird creature, that dog. And it seemed to be of a magical origin.
Yeah.
This might be a good place to find something out about that. So, with that said, I know what you guys are all looking for, or what you're looking into. Unless anyone has anything they want to change their mind on now, please give me investigation checks.
I just wanted to do something. Are we still going up to the building, or this is just once we've already gotten
These
there?
are like, you guys are like wandering the campus, basically.
Okay. I have something I would like to do as we wander, just because
Yeah.
if we can be scryed or we're being watched at all times, I don't think we're really particularly trying to be stealthy.
Yeah.
Fable would just like to be playing a little tune. She's singing it not like boisterously or anything, kind of just like a sing while you while you're going around cleaning or looking for things or whatever. What I'm doing is the counter charm, which is
Counter charm.
Well,
Got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just saving throws for that. For anyone.
You're
that's
doing
listening.
counter charm. Everybody, please give me investigations.
Gotcha. So is everyone, am I getting help on mine since I'm kind of like leading the charge and investigating the research notes?
Do you want
And
help
if the
from
two
me?
of you are doing it together, you can roll at advantage, one of you.
Okay, because I get a +4 to that. So if y'all want to
so
stack buffs on
Fable's
me-
going to give you advantage.
Cool. Sounds good.
I'm gonna give myself
Sorry,
guidance for this
just lost my
homunculus
voice.
thing.
Okay.
Same here.
Which I'm gonna need it.
Okay, we'll start with, hold your guys' numbers, whatever you got. We'll start with Aaren. What did you get?
Unfortunately, did my last attempt to use second wind count as a failure or a success?
I would say that would count as a failure.
Okay, then I'll try to pump another D10 into this to get this
Go
done
for
as
it.
fast as possible. Son of a bitch. That's a 15 again.
15. You
The
find
dice
the
gods are not in my
office
favor.
of Dr. Annetta Hartstrom. You find various notes and reports in there. It looks like for a while they were tracking the spread of slum rot. At first, it was a curiosity, not something necessarily fatal, but like an affliction that was hard to heal. And then over time, it started to become Fable. And you do find some of her notes detailing on how the plague has started to become more resistant. And it's also described worsening symptoms and increased vectors of spread.
All right, I'm gonna ask everybody a question no one wants to hear. Sly
Yeah.
opens up a mental link.
Oh.
So when it comes to using the cards, can you speak directly to one of the spirits in the cards?
No, not Lucian's. And when I tried with the doctor lady, I had to pull her out first, and that was really hard.
Okay, never mind.
Want me to try?
Just if she can give us some input as to what we're looking at, or into her possible colleague turned evil puppet master.
Okay, well, last time she kind of possessed my body. Should we do that?
Well, let me if I may, maybe we could try together to speak to them.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. And she like immediately pulls out the cards and pulls not the collector, is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, I pulled the collector out. And she's still like, the design is still on the card, right, George? Now that she's back in there?
Yes.
Okay.
There's something else though, as you do this. You remember how you were able to pull the gun out.
Yeah.
There might not be limits on that.
Aaren,
Put
I know
the
you said
gun
we
in
should
the
do this
car.
together, but now that I have this really cool pistol, and she kind of like points to it on her hip, which is taking up most of the space on her body.
Yeah.
Now I have a really cool gun. It seems like I can just reach into some of the cards. You want me to try?
He clicks on the safety on your gun.
Oh, right.
Now,
Yeah,
no, that is not a question for me. As he takes a step back.
Okay.
And
And
looks
she
at
puts
you.
her hand into the card to try and pull out. I know that in there was the syringe, her, of course, and I don't think any of her notes were in there with her, but
No.
she was in there. So what I'm trying to do is pull her out so she can answer these questions on her own.
How do you approach this? What's going through your mind as you do this?
Yeah, as soon as I do, I'm going to spend a psionic die, which are a very limited resource at this point, to before even like trying to pull anything out. My hand, I'm just testing to make sure my hand can go into the card. And as soon as I see my fingertips disappear, I'm going to attempt to open a mind link with what I can see on the card, because I know it's her.
Give me
So
an
I'm gonna see
insight
if that
check.
works. Okay.
And then
Let's see.
I'm gonna just place 2 fingers on the card just to help with that connection, possibly give the help action.
As you go to do this, Aaren says that would be a question for Fable and gestures to her. And as he does, you remember you just had that flash from the witness of what Fable went through, and that rushes through you. That feeling of being meat, that feeling of being on a slab and being dissected, that fear of watching her eat blood and taste it, that all rushes through you, and your hand slips through and you feel a hand grab yours.
Then
Are
I
you
don't
sure you want to do this?
No. If that is what I feel when I push my hand in, hell no. Absolutely not. Also, this is just above board. I didn't hear you say that's a question for Fable. I thought you said that's not a question for me, decide on your own type shit. All I heard was that's not a question for me.
Yeah, so I
did
think
not know Fable
as your
was
hand
so
goes in,
We'll say this is happening, like you're like, okay, well maybe,
Yeah.
and then this just sort of happens. It takes you.
Yeah, that hand around mine, it's like instinctual grabbing back around it. And
Yeah.
then I say out loud, Aaren,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let go, okay?
Are we Fable? Can we
What?
bring her out to try to help?
Do what you have to.
Can I insight Fable before I make a decision here?
I think actually, Fable's gonna walk out of the room. It's
Yeah.
not like an anger thing. It's like a she just doesn't want to see it because she doesn't want to
MaeLeFay
do
is gonna
anything,
pop
so
up
she'll
and
just
land
walk
on your shoulder as a comfort.
Yeah, if I see that I've upset Fable, I immediately let go and try to pull my hand back out of the card and say, I think we're smart enough to do this without hurting any one of us.
Fable, as you storm off, MaeLeFay lands on your shoulder.
It's not
And you're-
storming. It's sadder than that. I swear.
You're like skulking off. You're
Okay, sure.
meandering
Tail
out.
between her legs.
As you do, you come across a notebook that looks like it was hastily dropped at some point.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Opening up the notebook, what you read is observations, speculations from Dr. Annetta Hartstrom. She notes only a complete removal and incineration of the infected tissue can cure a subject. But procedures such as this have a high mortality rate. And then she speculates. Children, however, may have the youthful stamina to weather such a position. More testing required. And that is where we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our investigations.
After some light reading.
Some light reading for you to sit on and digest. We'll be back in just 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we have a hell of a session still ahead of us. So sit tight. We'll be back right after
the
this.
Fortunes now. We done the fears. It's time for the fortunes, right?
Fortunes!
Yeah, sure. Yay! Yippee!
Right, we're
we
leveled up.
return. We return.
Level
Before
9?
I continue, I owe a big thank you to Rondo the Hutt. Hopefully you're here with us. Rondo, before our session even began today, they reached out to me and let me know that they were donating, which they did. They donated to make sure that Aaren and Una got their ults bars filled. So thank you for that.
Dude, Rondo,
also,
thank you.
Coincidentally, also raised my ult bar to full. So that will be fun.
Calm down.
Okay,
Calm down.
so
Don't worry about it.
You know what? I like that
All
idea.
before season 5. However,
is-
it came at a cost.
Are you kidding me, dude?
We continue with where we left off. But first we'll go to Zoraius and Una. You guys have found this place, the Homunculus Lab. What was your investigation checks?
9.
14.
14. Looking around, you see that there's various experiments here. Yeah, go ahead.
If I may, this is as I said, I wanted to be led by fate, and fate this is kind of stemming from one of our previous conversations way earlier in the series, where I was looking through Arthur's books for something, and I just wanted to be guided towards.
Wait, that's how you got here. That's how you got here.
Okay, great.
But there is some stuff that does require investigation, depending on what you're trying to find.
Not perception, right?
Not in this case, but you guys look around, you find various notes and failed experiments on animating clay, conjuring arcane creatures, and one book in particular denotes about a construct that was made, a conjuring of a dog which can eat magic. It looks like early notes on it. Doesn't look like it got very far.
You said animating clay, and what was the second thing before the
Animating
construct?
clay, conjuring arcane creatures, summoning.
Okay.
And this one denotes about a successful attempt at conjuring a dog which could eat magic.
Is the document signed by anybody?
I would say yes. Probably no one you know the name of off the top of your head. But it's something you can look into more if you want to add that to your inventory. Homunculus Lab notes. And you can look into that more at another time.
Thank you. Will do.
Elsewhere, Sly, what did you roll on your check?
A 21.
21. You do find the study of Marina Clampett. It's a wreck. A lot of these places look abandoned. This place looks like someone trashed it. And based on what you're looking around, you think they may have been here recently.
Oh. Can I look around and see if I find any important documents, like where she would be now, like her daily schedule of when she was going here, maybe rooms she frequently visited, or anything important in this room?
You find notes on what she was working on, and at first some of it's Greek to you, and then Byron looking starts to fill you in more on this. According to what I'm seeing here, because we'll say he's looking with you. Their final thesis on the subject, they intended to cast a spell as a demonstration, a proof of their method. They believed they could create spells that would circumvent the wild magic. Now, a lot of people told them they were stupid and crazy, but they wouldn't hear none of it. And so they put their method to the test at their final thesis. They were burned pretty horribly by the explosion. Because of the wild magic, no healing could fix that or end their suffering. Now, some people at the time, not saying they were right, but some people at the time thought it was punishment enough for their hubris. That's not how they saw it, though. They went hunting down mages, accused them of sabotage. Killed 3 wizards before the Seer finally put a stop to them. I'm guessing she put them in one of those cards then.
So, a mage, like Slayer, is in here, not like a like a one who hunts and kills people who does spells.
Well, she does both.
Oh,
She's a mage who kills other
versatile.
mages. Yeah.
Okay. I make that known to the group as well. I'm looking at this card of the Puppet Mistress and like
Look,
just running through all the thoughts.
if you're scared, you have every right to be, because I'll be honest, the first time I heard about this lady, it was like a ghost story that wizards tell each other.
Are you scared, Aaren?
Of course I'm fucking scared.
She sighs and nods. As as a halfling, she just doesn't get frightened very easily. She doesn't have to lie when she says, "Don't worry, I'll be brave for both of us." And she kind of like shoulder nudges him and goes, "Let's find her."
I have a feeling I know where she might be.
Okay.
Thesis statements are usually presented in Master's Hall. And they point, and you see this building, the roof has caved in on it. And so it's like a 2-story building, but the roof is caved in, crushing the second floor. The first floor, you see there are steps outside leading down. It's sort of like the first floor goes into the earth, so that way it can have a larger roof, like a large atrium, and then above it are like more classrooms and things like that.
And is the whole group together at this point? We've like been wandering from place to place together, or did we split off?
I would say you guys can end up together if there's
Okay.
nothing else anyone wants to do while you're here.
Quick
Since-
quick
Yeah,
question.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask, even cantrips trigger the wild magic surges? Here?
I would say cantrips, Byron would tell you, are probably safe. It takes some juice to cause a reaction.
Gotcha.
Okay. I hear that. I know that is a true thing that we should be worried about. But once we all recoalesce, Sly is truly all business. Any of you that she looks at, there's no resentment, there's no like super extra affection. She's just here to do the job. And she goes, "Okay, this is what we know. This is probably where she is. Anything above a cantrip could end up with a wild magic surge. However, I'm really sorry to ask, does anyone have a spell that can detect certain magics or identify certain objects?"
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have identify and
yes.
detect magic.
Okay.
And I will warn you that Aaren is very bad at, identifying from what we've seen with the book. So maybe we should stay to.
Remember, though, that aura she's able to do. Detect magic's not gonna... It's gonna lie to you. If she can do that aura,
On the whole island?
depends on how much time she had.
Yeah.
And you think about it, they had as long as you guys have been adventuring.
Yeah. Then I take my hand out of my cloak and it's empty, and instead I'm not going to show the group anything and go, "Well, then it's too risky. We need a plan of attack. We know where she'll be." Byron, have you ever been to this auditorium area before? Is there
No.
any advantage? Okay.
I only know of it. There's supposed to be some books in there, a statue.
Okay.
Statue of who?
A mage.
Mage.
I look back at
Is that? Sorry,
and
go
I'm
ahead.
like, "Can I hide behind you? I really think this will go better if she doesn't see me first."
Yeah, I mean, best thing I can think of is we kind of split up and take the place from two sides. One team that's the most stealthiest, Obviously, with Zoraius going his own way into a separate team, because we know for
Seer.
sure that he wouldn't be detectable.
I can make you invisible for a minute.
A minute. Okay, why don't we walk
And you
down there together, and then before we split off, invisibility on me, I'll stay with Aaren until we can get close enough to start hitting her with cards.
It's a risky spell because it's a bit higher. You'll be able to still operate as normal under this invisibility.
Until I hurt someone.
No,
Right?
beyond that.
What spell is this?
Greater invisibility.
Okay, let me know when you cast
Wow.
I look at you, Zoraius, and I go, is it worth it to try? Because I am capable of being unseen on my own. If something wild magic on the island happens that has nothing to do with your capabilities, we could lose your advantage and your benefit to us before we even get in there. Is it worth it?
I only have 2 big charges. So one would be spent on this.
Save it. And she like means that wholeheartedly. And she pulls up her hood and goes back behind Aaren.
Okay, you guys find
Yes,
yourselves here, entering
that means
into
that'll-
Master's Hall.
You and me, Fable. Shall we look that way? Or...
Are we the sneaky team? I know I am.
I could show you that I can be sneaky.
I don't know how to help Slice. Can I? If I have a +10 to stealth, can I help Slice? I mean, not Slice. Una sneak.
I'm literally so bad at sneaking. I have disadvantage. So,
Okay. Okay. I guess
can
we're going.
lay
I guess
down-
we're going in the front then.
well, we could. And they like start to put a little bit of water at a time, like from their hand.
Una, you
onto
actually
there.
see the main
No
doors
magic.
ahead. There is water on the ground, like a good, like
Wait,
foot
what?
of it. Yeah, it looks like this room probably got flooded.
Could I? Oh wow. Okay. So at that point, I would like to try to control that water.
Is that a cantrip?
There's a lot of it. If you want to open these doors, you can see more.
Let's.
Would I know that this has come from a storm? Like knowing how the water has set and knowing how close and understood that water is. Like, would I know that that's naturally from
This
a
is
storm
likely
or-
rainwater, but not like recent. It's been probably pooling here for a while.
Okay. Okay. And do I just perceive the water to have any other like qualities, like a shimmer, like the one that I have, like the water that circulates around me and my friends, or does it have like a sheen?
It's just water.
Okay, cool. Then we can go through this way, and I can. I've
Are we
been able
waiting
to
for
move
people
water.
to get around a different way?
Yeah,
Up to you guys.
we'll go to the left. Sly. Anybody who wants to go with Sly and I.
would say
I
we'd
guess
wanna
that
give
means I'm
them
with
at
you.
least a second, right? Una?
Say again.
I think we
What?
want to give everyone a second. Is it just we're to understand it's 3 doors from the same side in? Yeah.
Byron sort of explains to you that
Yeah.
this way, these are like, they should all lead to the back of the atrium.
Okay.
But these are like study areas.
Right.
And the main area where the experiment would have been done is straight ahead.
I send a mental message off to Fable and just say, just give it about 2 minutes and then walk in. By that
Guys,
time, we
let's
should be
go
able to
now.
make our way around the back.
no. She puts an arm in
Oh.
front of Una.
And then
I'll
I'll
give you his
have
sign.
Malezi on my shoulder, and yeah, guess
I can also-
he'll give me the help action to stealth.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check, Aaren and Sly, and who is anyone else stealthing?
I'll stealth.
Okay. Then another one for you, Zoraius.
19.
I got a natural 20, which means it's a 31.
Wow.
Congrats.
I got
Very
a
good.
23.
23. Aaren, you start to advance forward. MaeLeFay helping you. You, for a moment, even forget that Sly's behind you. They're so stealthy. And you see there's like ruined bookshelves, plants starting to overtake the facility. Getting here, you can see these roots like burrow through the wall, but you can't see onto the other side.
Okay. In our mental link, I say, just in case the books come out and beat us up, get ready.
Clearing through this area, you see here the far end of the atrium.
Full hidden at this point. I'm just hiding.
Yeah. And I think the way Aaron's moving is that he has MaeLeFay on the tip of his sword, and then before he passes by a corner, he'll warg through the eyes to peek over the corner.
Good
to
flavor.
see if
Good.
it's there,
Oh,
and
that's
then
so
keep moving.
good.
Give me a perception check.
All right, Owl, bring up your stats, big boy. Let me see here. Okay, you get a +3 to perception. Give me something good. I said something good, but that's too much to ask for. It's gonna be a 9
Okay, one moment.
from MaeLeFay.
Um.
So I believe I use his stats. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what was that total?
9.
You don't detect anything as you creep through this way. Zoraius, you and Byron head the other way. What was your stealth check?
19.
Okay. Byron rolls similar to that, and you guys move through. You see on this side more bookcases. The walls have been crumbled on this side, and as you get here, you reach the edge of visible light as it gets dark up ahead. You don't see any way to get back to the hall this way.
Okay.
Go
So
on.
there's no way forward, right?
It looks like a dead end. You can see there's like a stream of water heading out, but it looks blocked by stones.
This place is magical. Would I still detect magic up or no?
No, that would be gone from when you did it last.
Screw it. I'm gonna touch the wall. I don't trust this place.
You're going to touch the wall?
Yeah, the stone.
Wait, are you seeing where it's blocked?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a... Give me one moment. I'm going to put a torch near you. There you go. You see
I see.
this. There's like debris and water hits like these rocks that have caved in. So you actually can't see past this. That's Aaron's vision that's sort of
Copy.
helping you with that.
I guess I'll continue forward
Well,
down the stream, right?
following this way, the stream just seems like it keeps going. It doesn't look like
then
it
I'll
diverts
circle-
back to this
Yeah.
hall.
Okay, I'll circle back and join Fable and Una.
Okay. You start circling back, Fable and Una. What are you doing?
117, 118, 119, 120. You could put your hand down now.
Yes, that's
think-
2 minutes, Una.
Okay, I've done it. Let's go. Kind of hesitant as they're just looking for you to lead forward because clearly there's something. You know, they want to be stealthy, but they know they aren't.
No, it's okay. We're not
Fable,
the stealthy team whatsoever.
Your stealth check is at disadvantage. Una, yours is at advantage because of the 1 foot of water on the ground, Fable.
I have disadvantage.
That's fine. I have a
so
plus
do I
10.
just
I
roll
don't
it
need it.
regular?
You would be a flat roll for you, Una.
Okay.
You know how to make your clothing not make a lot of noise in water.
I'll
No!
just roll a d20.
I rolled a 19 and then I rolled an 11, but it's a nat 1.
Okay.
Heck
And-
yeah.
What you get,
A
Una?
10.
My nat 1 is an 11. That's right. Plus 10 to stealth.
A 10,
You
baby.
guys, shove open these doors.
I don't like water. I
Water
don't like water.
splashes. You hear a brief
I'll say
from
Ah!
Fable
I'll say,
as water
this'll be
splashes
quick.
up.
and I'll
You could've
push
moved
open
it.
the water and the door. I just thought that it wouldn't, you know, it would move the water quicker. Shh, shh. You want me to be? Oh, right, quiet.
Zoraius
When
and
can I talk?
Byron
Is there-
come
can you give me
behind
a
you
time?
guys.
You literally were in. Look. She gestures just to look at the.
Yeah, I mean,
battlefield.
like I'm perceiving, by the way, George. So if there's anything in here, like
Yeah,
I am,
we're in the room that we are
Give me
expecting an
perception
intense
checks.
battle in.
yeah, like I am immediately looking at everything left and right, and I do have advantage on this. So
10.
10.
hold on. I get to roll it one more time. And I don't know why, but I've clicked it a few times and I think something's wrong on my end.
Okay.
Sometimes you click it a bunch of.
I see your check is a 12. You have to roll one more time, you said?
And I've been pressing that. I don't.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, got it. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
That's plus 7.
Got it. As you guys are moving into this space, Una, you can feel there's like rust in the water, and you see there are like discarded armor suits crumpled into the water, lying below the surface.
So, do I know from the homunculus lab, does it look like animated? Like, would it be a construct or a clay or something
You guys
like
were
that?
attacked in your home. So
Yeah.
you probably can put
That
that
makes
much
sense.
together.
Yeah.
You realize that there's right where you are right now, you are technically surrounded by them.
Thank you, Golden Viper.
What did Golden Viper
Zoraius.
do?
Zoraius and Zoraius, are you doing anything special as you approach them?
Wait,
You
can I
hear
yell
Fable
or
make
not
this
yell? but
noise.
I'm going to say
I-
wait. Una says wait where you are. There's armor right here and here and here. It's like before we left. Be careful not to be surrounded. And they turn to Fable and they say, we should prepare. And they'll cast
Aaren.
guidance on Fable.
Wait,
They'll
As guidance?
You and Sly are like just emerging from this side,
This is
and you
cantrips,
see
it's
your
fine.
friends here. And as Una's telling them to wait, and cast guidance on Fable, you see a small orange bead fly through the air, land in the water, and that bead suddenly erupts. A massive fireball. I need deck saves from Fable, Una, and Zoraius and Byron have advantage as they were stopped on the edge of this explosion.
We don't get something for being fireballed in the water?
You do get guidance.
You do have guidance.
And-
Una gave you
Yeah,
guidance.
okay, my deck save is a pretty high.
And also,
yeah, I got 23 without.
19.
Okay. 1 moment.
and I need to make deck save.
Ooh, what's this?
Dex
I
saving
Street
I
throw.
don't. No, I don't like it. It's too
Please.
sinister.
Okay.
Round 1.
I got a
And-
16.
Byron does theirs at advantage. Byron rolled an 11 at advantage. Everyone saved except Byron. One moment. I have to roll damage.
Show me your moves.
Nasty!
No.
He called that guy a dingus earlier. That's when he really earned a spot in my heart.
But he, no, please. Oh, please. I just had my first
Holy-
conversation with him.
That's bad.
That is
That's bad. Does he have
38
absorb elements?
38
Absorb
fire
elements?
damage. So that's
Whoa.
going to be 19 to
19 to the
Fable,
rest of us?
19 to Una, 19
I
to
know.
Zoraius, and
Stop, drop,
38
and roll
to
in the water,
Byron.
guys.
Is Byron okay?
Byron
I'm
is
not.
blown back, hits the door, and like slumps to the ground. You see them still breathing, but you've never seen them look worse.
Down like rolling death saves down.
No, he's alive. He's still
Okay.
up. He just looks bad.
Okay.
With that, everybody roll initiative.
Oh dear no.
Actually, one moment. Don't roll initiative yet.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
I already.
I already did it.
That's
Sorry.
okay. That's okay.
Too late, already going.
No way. I got a nat 20.
Okay.
I have a question, Gene. Whenever
Yeah.
you have a second.
yeah. What's up?
Do Sly and I start the combat off hidden because of our high stealth
You are
rolls?
hidden. Yes.
Okay.
One moment.
Show me your moves.
Okay.
Yeah. Get.
Action surge.
Okay.
Drink water.
Okay, got it.
Glug, glug.
All right. Initiatives. What did Una got a 22? What did Aaren get?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were ready for him now. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
27.
Awesome. And Sly, we got yours. Fable, yours is 15. Okay. What was yours, Zoraius?
14.
Okay.
Sorry, because of my dagger of warning, I have advantage on them, so I had to roll twice. But
All
the,
good.
the higher one is the first one that went in.
Okay. Got it. So you had an 11.
Correct.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay. Okay. Starting off top of the round, Aaren, how do you react when you see this?
Can I see where the fireball came from?
Give me a perception check.
Oh dear. That's a 9. Can MaeLeFay make one as well?
Sure.
Even worse. Never mind.
Okay. One moment. Okay.
Well, MaeLeFay
what would
broke
you like to
it.
do on your turn?
Sorry, I'm waiting for the map to come back so I can look at the
Just tell me what you're trying to do. You just saw this explosion go off.
I mean, if I can't see, I don't know what I'm supposed to be hitting at. In the meantime, I guess I'll just cast Blade Ward and then move towards the back of the room,
Okay.
along with MaeLeFay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry. Okay. Hopefully we don't have too many of those interruptions. So you move like back this way.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The explosion went off. That is Aaron's turn. That brings us to Una. How do you react?
Perception. Where did that come from?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. There's one. It's an 18. I have advantage. If you need me to roll again, I will.
Yeah, roll one more time, just in case.
My whole entire computer is like super slow. I don't know what's going on.
It's okay. It's okay. You look
Okay, got
around.
it. 16 plus 7.
Okay.
Yep. 4, 5, 6,
You
7,
look
23.
around and you see up in the ceiling, you see something moving, contorted, grabbing onto like these like roots coming out of the ceiling. It's like body twisting and contorting, and what you see is this coming out of the darkness. And every movement it makes, and I need to emphasize this, sort of feels unnatural. It feels, I think watching a contortionist do things that they shouldn't be able to do. Their limbs
Hey, that's not
twist
unnatural.
and
Some of us can do that.
And not natural for a normal person. You know what I mean? The contortionists too are like really good at scaring people. You see that as this person shambles up on the ceiling. They are about 60 feet away from you. What would you like to do?
Okay, amazing. First and foremost, I say, is everyone okay? Do you need help? There. Before that, above. It's
Aaron's down.
it's a creature. You must dodge. Be careful. And then I guess I need to see how far away I am from Fable after hitting that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they are. Here we go. Here comes wild magic. Let's have fun. I'm gonna go ahead and, seeing the way that creature moved, Una is like, I've only seen that one done by one other person, and I think that the person that I saw was better. They turn to Fable, and they're going to say, "You can do this. I'll be there, and I'll make sure to take the first attack. It's up to you." As they grab you, and they're going to, from that moment forward, cast what you think to be Misty Step, but it's actually going to be Thunder Step, as they jump right into where they're climbing. And they're going to take both Fable and Una all the way up there. And George, if I could flavor it like this, I would like Una to kind of like falter and like hold on to like whatever they have, but they're going.
Are you doing this right next to where they were?
Right, like where I saw them slink to. Right,
you're doing it right to them?
Yeah, to them, yes.
Okay, I believe they have to make a save on Thunderstep, right?
It's actually anyone where I was.
Oh, anyone where you were. And what's the range on that?
10 feet.
10 feet. All right, one moment. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Zoraius, you just lightly feel this like thoom, and like the water ripples out as Una thundersteps. Una, you thunderstep up towards the ceiling, puts you about here. Give me one moment. That puts you 60 feet up.
I'm acrobating from the ceiling.
Give me acrobatics, Fable, and Una. You said you're grabbing onto Fable.
So I'm pretty much wherever. Yeah, I'm holding on to like the. I guess is it a bar? Is there a placeholder like for your foot? You know, I would then like
what is the texture of the
ceiling? You can give me athletics, and Fable, you can give me acrobatics.
Okay.
My hope, George, is that I would like to hold an action to try and throw myself in front of an attack that it makes towards Fable.
Well, is a bonus action to do.
Mine's a bonus action.
Okay, got
Correct.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is my action.
What's your
27.
athletics? 27. Got it.
It's rolling.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
I'm waiting on it. If you guys see it before me, I think it's.
This is what I do.
Is it through?
One moment.
12.
This token isn't big enough.
Oh, I'm about to ult on this girl from the sky.
Okay.
That's crazy.
With that Hadouken.
There we go.
Wait, actually, Una, Una.
By the way,
side note, Una and Aaren, you have your ults. Thanks, chat. Thank you.
Big thank you to
When I can see him, I got
Karis
him.
Alexandra for the art of the Puppet Mistress, and
Yes,
to Android
thank
Grace for this
Wild.
amazing token, custom made for us. Just for this campaign. This wasn't a Forgotten Adventure tokens. This was one I was like,
neck lady.
hey, I know I'm running a campaign for you guys. Could you please make a scary puppet lady? and they were like, "Okay,
Classic
bet."
George. Classic George.
Yeah. So she is also 60 feet up. Fable, you managed to hold on. Una, your athletics check, you get them up there, then you grab onto something like a root, and as you do, you immediately start to slip and fall. Is there anything you want to do? You still have an action.
I mean, well, my action was going to be to kind of like throw myself into the first attack that this creature
I understand that you were going to hold your action,
Yeah.
but now you're falling.
Let's.
Yeah, if I can,
Let's-
I mean, I'm next in initiative. I don't know if I can help, like, fling Una, if that's what they're going for.
If you want to
Because
give me an
that's what you said,
athletics
right?
check, Fable, you can try to catch them.
Not with my acrobatics, because I would do my feet and do, like, a little.
I'll say you have
swing thing.
advantage on doing this, but it is athletics.
Picking up
This
a
is a
ball?
raw strength thing to see if you can hold up Una, who is wearing like heavy armor, holding a shield, a giant crab claw.
Dang it. And is weighed down by water weight. Okay.
Always weighed down by water. Always soaking wet.
Always soaking wet.
Never been dry a day in their life.
Wait, hold on. Let me just make sure.
No dry humor here.
As that's happening, I'll let you guys do your rolls for that. As that's happening,
Okay,
over
fine,
here, Zoraius, as that water like washes away from Una doing thunder step, you see the water reveals these iron suits which stand up in the water and are now like turning their gaze towards you.
Wonderful.
What you get, Fable?
Did you say it was athletics?
Athletics
This
at
is serious
advantage.
question. Okay, you did say advantage. I couldn't say.
Yep,
Sorry,
yep.
I just made that up. Okay, not gonna take that one. It's a 2. 17. Oh wait, and I have a guidance. Just in case.
You don't need it. You don't need it. Una starts to fall. You grab them and hoist them up, and Una, you're able to grab onto something
Using like
with
the
your
momentum.
claw. Your claw like digs into some roots.
Yeah,
As
do you think that
Fable,
they would
like,
hire me at
swings you
the-
up there?
Do you think that they would hire me at the circus for what I just?
Yeah, they'd love you.
We could do a performance together.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. As they try to get themselves back up.
And then is that my action to swing him up?
No, we haven't gotten to your turn.
Oh, I thought
I'm
that
gonna
was
say
my
that
turn
was a
'cause I
reaction
after.
for you.
Okay, cool.
Thank
I'll
you.
take it.
We go to the first of the iron
Uh-oh.
suits, moves towards Zoraius and will attack. That is a 13 to hit, followed by a 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay, and damage. You take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Yippee!
Next one rushes towards you as well. Let's see. Normal. Normal. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Okay, it swings. You're like dodging and ducking. That brings us to Fable's turn.
Sorry, I was just freaking out over the Meadow Circus lore in chat.
Yeah, the lore goes crazy in chat, you guys.
Can I? Okay, so I'm on the ceiling, like 5-10 feet away from this thing.
Yes, 5 feet away.
If I were to attack it with my free hand, would that be? Would I have to take an action just to try and pull it off? Would that be different, or would attacking it give that possibility? Basically, I'd rather get it on the ground. So
If you want to get it on
like
the ground, there's a few things you can do. You can try to make an attack to shove them. So you just make an attack roll like normal, but then it would be athletics versus them to try and push them, basically. or you could try to grapple them and carry them to the ground, which that would also be an athletics. I will say for both of these, you will have advantage as you are up. By the way, I never planned for this for you guys, but this is awesome. You are up in the roots. You are in Fable's domain, basically, above 60 feet above the ground.
Why not?
Domain
swinging.
expansion. Domain
Okay,
expansion.
what I would like to do, I would love to the grapple action. Basically, I want to like swing into her, like tackle her, and I would be trying to like land like on top of her on the
Give me
ground.
athletics
like,
at advantage.
I'm trying to pounce on her.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's not gonna be that one, but maybe it'll be that one. But I'm gonna roll a lucky, maybe just in case.
Okay, burn a lucky then.
Oh, it's the same thing. Wait. I have
This is
my
the
guidance.
wildest 12 seconds
my
of
guidance.
combat.
13.
13. You
Jesus.
swing and go to grab her, and I'm gonna roll their deck
Yeah, but
save.
what did she roll? What did she roll?
She's
I think you
rolling
might have
a.
almost set a record
What did
for
this
add-ons
scary
to a roll.
contortionist?
She's rolling
There's some
acrobatics
little
to
bit.
evade you on this.
Acrobatics, no fair. That would be so
Athletics
easy for
is
me.
the force of moving them. Acrobatics, you can get out
I
of
was
grapples
thinking-
that way.
But I was trying to like use the momentum of a circus swing to like do
That's
it.
why I gave you advantage. It's gonna be a normal roll for them. That is a
It's behind
14.
her.
Just
Yeah, we don't
one
believe it.
enough to beat yours. I'm really sorry.
Can I at least can I reaction to grab her foot or something to hang on, or grab a root or something? Or am I
I'll
just
say
gonna miss
it
her?
was your action to throw yourself at her.
Yeah.
You can, you can try to
Or
grab
just grab something
on,
behind her.
just
Action.
to not fall.
Don't you?
This will be your bonus action,
I think
though.
that was my action.
So I would say
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
make another athletics at advantage.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay up here. So if I just kind of swing past her, I'm gonna do that. God damn it! How do I turn this into acrobatics, Josh?
So it's a matter of
Well,
is it
that's
testing
fine,
your
'cause that was a
strength?
17.
Yeah. You
No, I'm trying to
swing-
do more like dexterity. Like even I don't know, anything Fable does is generally more dexterity.
That's factored
based.
into it with the advantage. The
No, I know. That's fine.
Yeah.
She did 17 on acrobatics.
Yeah, you're fine.
Sorry,
You-
athletics.
fail to grapple her, but as you're falling, you grab, and as you grab on, you hear like a, and you're holding her foot. You see her foot's made of wood. And with that, that is your turn.
Wait.
That brings us to Zoraius.
Wait, I have a question
Yeah.
because this is. Oh, never mind. She has a turn.
Yeah.
She has a turn.
Zoraius.
Continue.
Yeah. I'm just going to do 2 flail scorches, 1 and 2 each of them.
Go for it.
The first one is a 26 to hit.
That hits.
The second is a 19 to hit.
That also hits.
The first one is going to take 12 points of force damage, and the second one is going to take 6 points of force damage.
Got it. You slam into both of them. They both like they get hit, but you don't see them really react to the pain as they stagger towards you again.
No worries. And then I'm going to use a bonus action to Misty Step.
Okay. Where are you Misty stepping to?
I'm going
Grab
to
the
Misty
other
Step
leg.
next to Byron. And use
you're going to what?
Next to Byron.
Like here?
I know it's not far. It's the
Okay.
secondary effect that I need. I'm also going to give him 1d10 temporary hit points with my refreshing
Oh,
step.
nice. Go ahead and roll that. Oh, 1d10 plus. So that'd be. Yeah. What you roll the.
It's not plus nothing. It's just 1d10. Here we go.
Yeah, got it.
5.
5. Nice.
And that is my turn.
Okay, he gains 5 hit points. I know that's temporary, but we're just going to leave it at that. That brings us to the next armored suit. That is going to take its turn. 5, 10, 15, 20. What's their movement speed? 25. It is just enough to get to Byron. It will make their attacks on Byron. That is a big old miss with a 3, followed by... That is a natural 20.
Wait, hold on.
That's not good, gang.
No.
That is a 13. Byron...
I have a reaction.
Yeah?
Yeah, reaction, by the way, on a critical hit. When they attack, there's going to be a flicker of like a light, which is going to be like this water shooting from Una's shield to
I have to
then
wait.
take.
You're doing this as a reaction, correct? I believe this is a reaction.
Let me get to my item, my inventory.
Let's see. 1 sec. Where is it?
Oh, never mind. I'm 60 feet in the air. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And the other thing, just double check. I believe it's a reaction, which is fine. You could, if you were in range, you could have done that. Just see if it says as a reaction, you can do this. If it says
as
that,
a reaction.
Okay, that means that your held action would have been lost if you did that, which is okay. You might want to do that at some point, but in this instance, I just need to let you know. All right, Byron takes 13 points of bludgeoning. Byron turns. Thank you. We need to get out of here. And then wham! These fists just slam down on Byron. Byron collapses to the ground unconscious. That brings us to Sly's turn. Sly, you see Una and Fable dangling up above next to this woman. You see across the hall iron suits attack and level Byron into the water.
I think she has remained hidden even as Aaren like went over to the other side to get a better vantage point.
To go 200 feet the opposite way. Yeah.
So she stayed hidden where she was, and I think when the suits came up, like she angled her like light crossbow at them, and then when the puppet mistress came up, she angled her crossbow at them, and then when Byron went down, she changed again, and she's going through this like flickering of what do I do? There's so many people who need my help, and she hears Lucian's voice in the back of her head. He always told her to focus on what was important, that no one could do what she could do. And so she is looking at Byron and wants to shoot the like suit of armor in front of him, but shakily, like she turns to the puppet mistress and she's going to get ready to fire at her instead.
You look at Byron, and as you do, you feel what Lucian said. This is in your head, you hear this, right?
Yeah.
Your own thoughts repeating it. But
Absolutely.
This feeling of this cold loneliness of that mentality washes over you, and it's like the room fills in with fog, just opaquing where Byron was, giving you this sort of tunnel vision on the puppet mistress. And go ahead if you're going to make your attacks.
Yeah, okay. But I hate it. Just so it's known. I hate it.
Thank you for that.
So this is at advantage because I'm hidden. It's a 14 is my highest.
14. That, I believe, will not hit.
Okay, then on my bonus action, I'm still going to use my other hand. That's like, as I'm like trying to steady this shaking crossbow, and I'm trying to think that Byron's not down. It doesn't matter. I have to be the seer. I'm shaking, and that's why I miss. And so I just pull out like a psionic die without thinking, and I'm going to try with my bonus action to hit with one of those.
A psionic dagger? Yeah.
Yeah, the bonus action one, so the less powerful one.
Yep. You said psionic die, so I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, and that is a 15?
15 does not hit. You see them even up in the air. They're very nimble and moving side to side effortlessly. That brings us to their turn. They are going to yell out to you.
Why do you come here, Seer? My fight is not with you. Or are you under his sway just as your predecessor was?
Tell me, Seer, who pulls the strings on you?
You hear her yell out, asking you who sent you here. I'm going to lower the music a little bit just to raise the volume on that. She says that as she moves, she's at Fable, you're dangling on her foot, right?
Yeah.
They are going to make an acrobatics check to try to get you off. You can
Yeah, me
make
too.
athletics to hang on, or you can make acrobatics to leap to something else.
I'll make acrobatics.
Okay. Go for it.
Curse you, George.
They rolled a 14. 18.
I probably
they
did it. Yeah, 18,
like
no,
swing
something.
their legs to try to knock you off. You leap and like grab onto something else, holding yourself up in the air. With that, they will drop. No, will they? With that, they are going to drop down away from both of you. They just fall, and you watch as. One moment, another acrobatics for them. You see them get to the ground, and as they do, they look up at you and point their wand. I need dexterity saving throws from Una and Fable.
That's rude. Okay.
This is crazy. I feel like this is crazy.
I have a
That
question.
was so close to an 18. That's so mean.
Okay,
11.
and Una?
Okay, dexterity. I'm still just waiting. I'm so sorry, you guys.
I got +7 to my.
16.
16. Una, you save on this as they go ahead and they cast lightning bolt in a straight line to hit both of you. Sort of
this
like
might take
I would like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Am I able to see that it's being shot at us and
Yes.
kind of take the full brunt?
No, it's a
I will-
line. It'll go straight through you.
Or no?
I will say if you want to
With my shield?
well, with your reaction, if you want to jump in front of it, you would have to fail your deck save, but you can give Fable advantage on theirs.
You can just stay up. Don't.
Oh, you already.
don't
Yeah,
go
you're
down for
good.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm
never
not good. I failed it, but don't go down for me.
Do you
mind.
want
I
to?
think I'm already down. No, you're
Okay.
good. You're good.
Una, you only take 15. Fable, you take the full 30.
I'm still up, chat. Barely.
As you guys see crackle up into the sky and hit them. That is their turn. That brings us to Byron, who has to make a death save. Whoop, 1 second. Byron succeeds on their death save, and then they take one failed death save. They're in water, face down.
Stop.
I'm sorry. That's yeah. That brings us to the next metal suit. 5. This one is actually going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Start moving in Aaron's direction. That's going to make a full dash, and it's 5, 10, 15, 20. It is able to just get up to Aaren, but that is all on its turn. That brings us next to Aaren.
Awesome. How far can MaeLeFay get with 120 feet?
Let's see. Where would you like them to be?
I would like MaeLeFay to get towards one of the suits of armor that are attacking Byron.
Go for it. Yeah, they're there.
Okay, gotcha. So while they're there, going back to me, I'm going to walk past the suit of armor. He's going to get an attack of opportunity on me.
Okay.
If he wants to take that, he has to subtract a...
It doesn't matter. He misses.
Okay, yeah, so he got a 3 to hit on that then. And I am going to just walk past him, pull out Kip's pistol in my left hand, and then starts swinging around Loyal Edge in the other. I'm gonna make one attack with Loyal Edge against the puppet from 10 feet away.
Okay.
It's 18 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
All right. That is going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay, one second. Okay. I'm sorry, you said how much? 12 points of piercing damage? Got it.
12 points
Done?
of piercing. And Aaron's gonna say, I'll make you pay for coming into my home. And then he is going to replace the extra attack that one of the attacks that he would normally get. He's gonna have MaeLeFay cast Chill Touch through his talons. So his talons extend out, and then they're gonna slash in on the suit of armor in front of him.
Yep.
He got a natural 20.
Natural 20 hits, yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be 22 points of necrotic damage.
22 points. Okay, got it. That is going to be 22. That is 22 points of necrotic damage. Yeah, that one goes down.
And then, awesome.
MaeLeFay touches it, and coldness like rushes through it, and its armor just starts deteriorating. The rust finally shatters, and it collapses to the ground.
And then last thing is pull out the gun and then try to shoot.
Go for it.
Breeze.
A 16 to hit.
16 misses. You guys all hear this loud BAM! As this like gunshot rattles, and it echoes through the entire chamber up into the sky.
Gotcha. And then I'm just going to close the distance.
Okay. Got it. You are within melee range. That brings us to Una. You're up in the air. You're not looking great.
Yes.
But you
I
are
am.
alive.
That is true. I am alive. And I should notice something, I think, shining in one of my pockets, right? Sly? Yeah.
Yes,
So then I see this shining little vial, and I take it out quickly, kind of just looking at it. And I see that it's a little health potion, so I'd like to pop that health potion. What do I have to roll for that?
It is 2d4 plus 4. It is the worst health potion imaginable. It's been sitting in my sack since we first met. It is lukewarm at best.
It is lukewarm. It's
amazing.
starting to congeal a little bit. It's like separated some. It's probably not going to. It says Best Buy like 6 months ago.
And
Best Buy
at that,
sticker is faded.
and Una looks at that, sees all of that, and goes, huh, from the first day we met. It was meant to be. Pops it open, drinks it, and goes, as they light heal for 5.
That's a bonus action?
Okay. Yes. And then I'm going to again hold my action against an attack that's going to happen, and hopefully I will use that this next time. So I will wait for that opportunity.
That brings us to the animated suits of armor. This one's still up, moves towards Zoraius. That is going to be as a natural 1, but then a 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
It swings once, misses horribly, sort of like staggers in the water, but then swings back with a backhand, striking you for, that's going to be 8 bludgeoning damage.
Noted.
That brings us to the next suit of armor is dead. That brings us to Fable.
Hi. You know, I'm hanging from the ceiling with my
You are, yes.
2 hit points that I have left.
Yeah.
And
Perfect. 'Tis but a scratch.
You know what they say about cats is that they always land on their feet, right?
I gotta go.
I like to swing, do a good old classic little single flip, and just like dive at this biatch on the ground. I would like to use my ult. I want to use my ult, and I would like to go for her.
Okay. What's this look like? How are you using your ult?
Oh, like she's got her hands on a vine. She's not doing great, but she's gonna do the little wind up and then throw herself into the flip, straight into the dismount. Except she's dismounting upon the puppet master's head. It does not need to be a graceful landing, and if I'll take damage for it, so be it. But I think I get some healing. We get some healing with this, right?
Yeah. You swing down from the ceiling. As you do, you pull out 2 daggers. Go ahead and roll your attack at advantage.
One attack? Or both?
Just one attack at advantage.
Well, the first is a 20. It's a 26 at advantage.
Okay, got it. You lunge down. Go ahead and roll 10d6 for me.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, that sounded good. 37?
37. You strike down your daggers, both of them, stabbing into the back of this thing. You hear this loud, like, crunch as your blades go in, and this thing, like, staggers. Yeah, it takes the full damage. Plus, let's see, that's going to be 37. And yeah, you land gracefully. You don't need to roll for that with an ult.
Wonderful. Can I use my bonus action still?
Yes, you can.
All right. 4th level healing word upon Byron, please.
Okay. Give me one moment.
That doesn't include any healing for me, does it? In the ult? No.
No, not in this case because you used it to attack.
Yeah, because I used it to attack. I'm gonna healing word on Byron then. Yeah.
Okay. Give me one moment. I just need to check one thing. What's the distance of healing word?
60 feet.
Okay. Oh no. Freaking thing.
Sorry, I've not been rolling too many dice.
That's okay.
My bad.
It's the dice roller. We're gonna have to replace it between seasons.
Sorry,
but
I'm
that's
just
all right.
rolling too many dice. My bad.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
Success.
So yeah,
Sorry,
Byron
I
gets
rolled 10 and
22
then I
hit
hit more.
points.
Yeah, 22. Put him up. Put my boy up.
Byron gets 22 hit points and is back up. That brings us to Zoraius' turn. Let's go. All right, here we are. Zoraius, it's your turn. You see Byron's like face down in water, then starts coughing and like looks up as you see healing magic radiate through them.
Welcome back to the land of the living. Let's get out of this corner, shall we?
Was I dead?
It looked like it. Yeah, it was very scary. I'm going to reach out and cast Thunderstep, taking Byron with me. I want to go further into the room so we can go up to 15, 20. How far can we go?
Oh, so it's when anyone does it. Okay.
Oh, we've been doing
Oh,
it
you
with
don't feel
Daniel.
special anymore?
Daniel's been doing it too.
No.
Wild.
Honestly, a little relieved.
It's
Okay,
spreading,
well, that's good.
George.
Sorry, guys.
You've heard of Slumrat?
What's the range, Zoraius?
Oh, 90 feet.
90 feet. Where would you like to be?
I'm looking
I wanna-
for
I want to be with Aaren and Fable and Una. I mean, actually, put us like 30 feet behind that if I can.
Okay, probably not next to the animated suit of armor. So like here?
Yeah. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Also, everyone back there needs to roll a con save.
Okay.
Everyone who's within 10 feet of where I left.
Okay.
We love a tactical man.
Con saves. That is gonna be normal. That's an 18 or 19 and a 2.
Fails. The one
All right,
that
what happens?
The one that passes takes 10. The one that failed takes 20 thunder damage.
Nice. Yeah, this one gets hit. Looks not great. The other one gets hit as well. All right. And then is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to spin my final Misty Step to go behind. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay right here and be a very happy little sheep boy. That's my turn.
Okay, that brings us to animated suit of armor. This one is it's going to swing on MaeLeFay. Normal. 14 to hit MaeLeFay. And a 20 to hit MaeLeFay. Aaren?
Yeah, it's gonna hit MaeLeFay.
Both of them?
Yeah. He gets like a nothing burger for AC.
Okay. That is
Hungry.
Yeah, he has a 11 for AC.
7 bludgeoning damage.
He didn't even have to roll. He has 1 HP.
Oh, sorry, my bad. MaeLeFay, poof, gone. The armor, then 5, 10, 15, 20. 25 gets there. That brings us to Sly. Your turn.
Right. I'm scared. Gonna try the exact same thing I just tried before, where neither thing worked. Gonna try that again. Gotta do some damage. Question before I do, am I still hidden? Because I heard her voice in my head. So do I need to use a bonus action to try to hide again? Or am I still hidden because I didn't...
You heard her voice out loud.
Oh, okay. Got it. Then I'll stay hidden where I am, and I'm gonna try and hit her with the crossbow again. But I would like to use a bonus action. I've never used this before, and I made a rogue. But I would like to take a deep breath and use steady aim, because my hand was shaking so much before that the crossbow missed, because I was worried about Byron. And now I see Byron's okay. So I think I can take a sigh of relief, and on that breath out, shoot.
Okay. Go for it.
Heck yeah. I will. Will it work? Who's to say? Oop, that's a nat 1. Good thing that's an advantage because of steady aim. This is 15 again, which don't hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. I can't do anything else.
You used all your boulders?
All my what?
All your psionic uppies or up?
I don't think I
uppers,
can use
whatever?
them on attack rolls, is the thing. I can use them on ability checks. Let me double check.
Okay.
Yeah, my side bolstered knack is a skill or a tool, so I don't think I can use it here. I would if I could, but I can't. So 15 doesn't hit. I've used my bonus action. I'll hold my reaction for now, and I'm staying in the shadows, even as I'm trying to calm myself down in this very high pressure situation.
Okay. That's
Ignore
it.
this,
That's your
ignore
turn.
this, ignore this. I just forgot to do Fable ult before. I'm just doing it. Oh, it didn't pop up. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Great. Never mind.
Very good. Did your bar clear? Yes, it did.
Yeah,
Awesome.
bar
Thank you.
cleared. The thing didn't pop up. Perfect.
Is that's your turn, Sly? That's it?
Yes, for now. I'm not moving. I'm not doing anything else. Until I can deal some damage to the Puppet Mistress, I'm not going to reveal my position.
Okay. On their turn, they say to you this. You hear them yell that out loud as they move backwards. 5, 10. Do you guys want to take opportunity attacks or attacks of opportunity?
Yeah.
Go for it.
We all get them, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Do I be risky and cast a spell? Because I took.
Never mind.
Wait,
Never
she's
mind.
backing up for a reason. Don't be risky. Okay, do what you would do. But also, no.
I don't have another reaction to save myself, so I will take the swing. But I missed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, audience. You didn't hear the line. That's my bad. One moment. I'll fix that.
Because I have. Was it mage? What's it called? Mage caster? Warcaster. So I could cast a spell. I'll just do
Okay.
Booming Blade.
Play it again for the chat.
Okay. Yep, I'm gonna play it again for the chat. One sec.
Yes.
Make us suffer again for the chat.
Okay.
It's not suffering to hear Mozzarella's
Okay.
voice. Though.
This was, by the way, this is Mozzarelle, Mozzarelle who did this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mom.
That's the only reason I'll tolerate hearing it again.
Oh,
I
Even though she's
always
trying to kill
heard the
us.
Seer was a hero. But then why did she not listen to me? Why did she trap me in that vile deck?
Okay. Did Meadow go off camera because of that?
I gotta go.
Okay, that is fine. Aaren, did you attack?
I did. I
11 to hit.
missed. I got an 11.
She backs up to here. We'll backs up to
Oh,
here.
no. Oh,
and I
no.
need
Oh,
a
no. Oh, no.
deck save from Aaren and Fable.
Is she within 60 feet of me?
Wait, can you hear
60
me?
feet?
Yeah.
Okay, because I
She
should
is
have gotten
within
my
60 feet.
opportunity Attack, right?
Counterspell, 4th level.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Did you roll to hit?
I did. We'll wait until this counter
Wait,
spell's result, I guess.
Oh, Una, did you
Should you
attempt
use your
to
phone
make
slot?
a...
Yeah, an opportunity attack.
You're 60 feet up. Right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Una's still on the
okay.
ceiling, huh?
Right.
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 If you, I'll say
Right,
this:
guys.
if you want to jump down and
Nope.
attack,
I'll die.
okay. All right.
No, stay up there. Don't do that. It's a trap. Stay up there.
Okay.
Wait, what was I doing? A deck save?
One moment.
A deck save. You said a deck save. Well, my deck save is pretty good. Except my hit points is 2. I don't know why I'm excited about my deck save, but I'm going down no matter what.
Okay.
19.
As you cast counter spell, suddenly, the area around you, Zoraius, gets covered
shit.
in grease. As
no.
just grease splatters everywhere. The spell is countered though, so the fireball does not go off. That brings us to
Iconic.
Byron. Byron is going to. He's not liking this. He's going to cast.
Byron, please no fire.
He is going to
Literally,
cast
Siren.
Actually,
Magic
no,
missile.
Pyromancer, what do you want from me?
fire.
One moment. He's going to cast
I
magic
only know how to do
missile.
one thing.
That is going to be.
Fireball.
You can
that's
ask
when
a
the
singer not to
magic surge-
sing.
The magic surge is like, you drop a fireball on your location.
Yeah.
That would be so painful.
They do 10 damage to the animated armor.
Yes.
And one moment. I need to just check. That is going to be okay. Nothing happens. That brings us to so the thing took the armor, the damage. It will then close in and attack Zoraius.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd like that.
That's going to be slam attack 1, slam attack 2. Wow, these things are rolling real bad. All right, so neither of those hit you. That brings us to Aaren. Your turn.
Awesome. Real quick, would you mind checking the DM I sent you
Yep,
as I walk
sure.
over to
Yep.
there?
To answer your question, yeah. You whichever one you want. Oh, it would be the second one.
Perfect. Okay. First things first, I'm going to make a whole bunch of attacks. So I'm going to walk up and get in there.
Okay,
That's going to be a 23 to hit.
that hits.
That's going to be 11 points of damage.
Yep.
And then second attack coming through. Double 19s for a 28 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
7 points of damage.
Got it.
That's a 14. That's going to miss.
Okay, 14. Got it.
And then last one. Oh no, 11 to hit. That's going to miss.
Yep.
And then I'm going to action surge
Okay.
Stow my weapons, grab the puppet by the head, and just say, "You will not do this again." As the atomic flame within my breath begins to get brighter and brighter and brighter, brighter than it's ever been before. You even begin to almost see my wings begin to sparkle out, even though I can't summon them. And just the biggest dragon's breath.
You summon them.
Biggest, wings come out. The biggest dragon's breath I've ever breathed comes out as I use my ult.
All right.
Give us the art!
Oh, hell yeah.
Give us the art!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You let out this force of arcane energy. How much damage does your arcane breath normally do?
It's 2d10.
2d10. Go ahead and roll 8d10.
Wait, can I see that art again? That was really fast. Can we just see it one more time, George, please? Please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's our dad.
This one does.
I love Karis, the way they did it. Their wings sort of like a halo around them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dragon breath is so good.
Mm-hmm.
This Godzilla atomic breath, as I breathe down their face, does 43 points of force damage.
Now, normally they have to make a save, right?
Yes. And
Okay.
the DC would be... I know my features. Hold on. This list is just long as hell now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They take 43 damage as you breathe this into them. They like stagger back. You see them, they are fiddling with two different wands, trying to find the right one to hit you with. That brings us to Una, I believe, right?
Yes.
Una, what would you like to do? You're 60 feet up. You just watched Aaren blast this lady.
All right. Una gets up. The courage starts to swing. Starts to think to themselves, "This is quite silly, but I definitely have the hang of this. I've experienced jumping and dodging and attacking Aaren. Just one jump, and here we go as they try to fall down onto this doll.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Think like tackle. So if this is like more of a push or a shove, would that not be
athletics?
No.
Sure, go for it. Give me an athletics check.
Great.
At advantage.
All right, you guys. This one's for all those times that Una did not get to, tackle the Count or Aaren or anyone ever. This is gonna make up for all of it right now when we roll something good. No!
What happened?
Oh my god! I got a 2 and an 8.
You do have your ult.
No? So I'm going to...
No.
Give us the ult art! Give us the ult art!
I've got a 13. I'd rather die.
Okay, 13. You fling yourself. You fall 60 feet from the ceiling.
Yeah, 13.
Yep, you fall 60 feet from the ceiling straight into the water. That is going to be 1, 2, 3. That is 23 bludgeoning damage as you
I'm unconscious.
Una and Aaren, as you're breathing this arcane breath, you see Una like hit the rock behind Aaren and bounce and fall unconscious.
And they are like upside down. They're like anime-esque, like head of underneath their entire body, rolled like a tiny kid's slide,
buddy.
Which would put Una at risk of drowning, except that they can breathe underwater.
Exactly.
We're fine.
Una, is that your turn? I guess you're unconscious, so yes. Okay, fair enough.
I held my action, and then I jumped. This is the best for Una. Wow, mad story. 5,
10, 15, 20. 25. This armor runs up to Aaren and will attack. Big old miss, and 20 to hit. Aaren? A 20?
Yeah, I'll let it hit.
Okay. It hits you for 8 bludgeoning damage.
Ew.
Ew.
That's it? Oh, okay, you just said ow. I'm sorry. I thought there was more to that. Okay, that brings us to Fable.
Oh my god, I'm still up?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm right back there.
I'll say this, by the way, Puppet Mistress, not looking great.
That's fine. Neither am I.
In fact, I will say as Aaren did their breath, you saw them reach up with one arm to block it, and that arm just broke into pieces and disintegrated.
Feel like I'm being baited right now, and you know what? It's working.
What would you like to do, Fable?
I've just seen Una drop to the ground dead in front of me.
Yes.
I will, let's, I'm gonna try, listen, I got dagger in hand, just did something really cool, my last chance. I'm just gonna try and do a little slice and dice and finish this. I'm just gonna take my action to make my 2-weapon attack. I'm gonna move in and make my 2-weapon attacks against her.
Okay.
That'll be an 18 to hit.
18. That hits.
That's 5 slashing damage.
Okay, 5 damage.
Sick.
And 9 to hit.
I'm just realizing I started playing the heroic music for Una because I thought you're gonna jump and use your ult. That's gonna be fucking awesome. And then instead you just hit the ground. I'm so sorry, man.
No, you know what? That's exactly what Una would do, you guys. What can I say?
Yeah. Your next attack misses, Fable.
Yeah, it does. Unless I use my last lucky point.
Up to you.
And I do. To make it a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
How about a big ol' 6 slashing damage?
Okay. Got it. That is 6 slashing damage. Got it. Yep.
And
Not
then,
looking great. Looking real bad.
Wait a gosh darn second. I'm gonna do that attack with a little pizzazz. I'm gonna do it with a little flourish. Which one you're asking? It's the one that does extra damage, the defensive flourish.
Okay.
So I'll use a bardic inspiration. Okay, so I get to roll a d8 extra damage, which I will do. How about 1 extra damage?
1 damage, noted. Okay. That brings us to Zoraius. It's your turn.
Is that my flourish isn't a bonus action, right? Is it? No. It is?
Oh, sorry, it's not. I thought
Is
it
it?
was.
I thought it was too. Hold on.
You let me know.
It's not a bonus action. It's not a bonus action. That's just a flourish. Bonus action. Healing word tune.
Okay. That's probably good.
Zoraius, I know it's your turn, but she's gonna say something in your mind.
You have 10 hit points, Una.
That's good. I was actually going to check in with the Seer real quick.
Oh, really? Okay, well, you go first since it's your turn.
I'm gonna look over in your direction and cast. Oh, I can't cast message. So I did waste an action economy. I'm just going to whisper, lethal or questioning.
I just need her low enough that I can get her in the car. There's no such thing as lethal. She's dead.
Have you ever tried to kill besides capture?
I get my power from the capture. If you want to make it easier to keep me alive,
let me capture her. She's got a lot of spells.
I'm going to Misty Step out of the grease so I don't have to step in it. It's my final Misty Step as a bonus action. I'm going to close the distance with my movement speed and attack her twice with my flail, non-lethal.
Go for it.
First swing is a 26. Second swing is a 16.
The first one hits.
First one does 11 points of bludgeoning damage, which I do believe counts as magical damage.
Knock them back, swinging this flail, and as it hits them, you see their wands, the one hand that was holding their wands shatters, and they stagger back and fall face down in the water, unconscious.
Do the suits of armor stay up?
Suits of armors do stay up.
I just call out, "She's down!" That's my turn.
Okay, that brings us to suit of armor. This one will attack Fable.
There's things still attacking?
Mm-hmm. That is a 14 to hit you.
No.
And a 7 to hit you, so that misses.
No.
That brings us to Sly.
I will dance out of the way.
How far away is she?
She is 49 feet away. 50 feet away.
I go to her.
You have enough
And-
movement?
Yes, I do. With my action and bonus action, I absolutely do.
Got it.
And as I get up to her, she's face down in the water.
Yes.
I pull out her card and I kneel in the water with her. And I turn her over by whatever hair is clinging to the back of her head.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the card over her mouth and I hold it there. She needs
Nothing
to make
happens.
that wisdom saving throw. Nothing?
Nothing happens.
Great. With my bonus action, I stab her in the face. Sorry, just kidding. That was a joke. Sorry. Now I'm
God.
holding her with my
Stab
hands
her
and
in
stuff.
the-
Is she wood
Oh my god.
all the way through, or is she spirit? Because I know
You-
it's kind of been.
Grab at her face, and
Yeah, beg your pardon.
as you do, you see her there, her limp form, her arms broken and shattered. You grab at her face, and as you do, you see her. You rip it off, and you see there's no face underneath.
Absolutely.
And this mannequin says to you, "Oh, you found me! Did I do good?"
I think because of that, I can't answer her. She's not worth talking to. She's not real. And I very quickly, with a sleight of hand, change out a card with just one finger, and it's back over her mouth. This is blight.
You cast Blight. As you
If
do,
she's fake, it should be bad.
it rots them away into pieces. A final message plays out from its body as it disintegrates.
This was just a glimpse of my power, Seer. Do not interfere with what must be done. I will not show you mercy if you do as I have today.
You hear that. A
my
calm fills the
mind.
room as your friends are still fighting these suits of armor. Fairly trivial enough as you guys fight them. Sly, you sit there though, and you feel this overwhelming feeling wash over you. And you feel this. No, that's not quite right. One moment. We need something different. Here we go. you feel this loneliness wash over you. This burden that's been placed on you as the new Seer. And how, while your friends are helping you, sometimes as you're standing here realizing that you've been wasting your time with this thing, sometimes it still feels incredibly lonely to walk this path. And you feel that mask that you're carrying. It feels bone cold under your fingertips. And you hear something.
Sly? Sly? Oh, no. You need to get back to the city. This was a trap, a diversion. She's waiting for you. She prepared this, but you can stop her. I know this. Go. Return quickly to the palace. You must get to the king. Run.
I think there are tears streaming down her face. She has had Lucian's voice in her mind every single day, at least once an hour. But this is the first time she's heard him, and that means he's there, somewhere. That means he's not actually gone, and that means everything. And she drops the crumbled bits of this puppet in her hands and goes, "That's enough!" and just turns away and starts walking out of the doors that they came in. She still has a mental link with Aaren, so he would be hearing Lucian's words playing in her head. You know what's going on, Aaren, in this moment.
Aaren, you feel this. You hear that voice.
Knowing that, I just yell out, "This was a trap! Go, come on!" And we just immediately dispatching what's left.
Spare the dying and pick up Una.
Una's up from here.
Una's up.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm up.
You can still carry them if you want.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, if you carry Una, you lift them up and they say, "Never. Oh, dude.
It's time to go.
Get him? I got him."
Sly.
Yeah.
Sly.
Is that in the mind?
No, this is out loud. As we're running out, he says, "Check the sending stone."
I do. I grab the sending stone on my pocket as I'm running. And every time it comes up towards my face, I'm like, "Mom, check in! We're coming back! Is everything okay?" It's as she's running, and the sending stone happens to come up to her face.
We cut elsewhere.
Oh no.
To the palace.
Ah! Oh no.
There, as they were when we last saw them at the beginning of our season, is the king by a fire.
Oh my god, the beginning.
And they hear this creaking. Something moving through the castle. Guards have been sent home. It's the middle of the night. There's a patrol watching the perimeter always. But nothing is inside the palace. There's no guests here at this moment. The king gets up. Edmund looks for them. And as they turn, they pass by a corner and they see an armored suit suddenly come to life and grab them. As you guys race out to the shore, fleeing the island, you see that there are big torches lit at the castle far in the distance. You hear bells ringing. Picking up the sending stone, you hear Pepper. Sly, are you there?
I'm here. What's going on?
I don't know. Something happened at the castle. The guards everywhere. They're rushing back to the castle.
But you're at the circus, right?
No,
fair
I'm
were the
fine.
circus.
I'm scared. Are you all right?
Of course I'm okay. It's okay. Just stay with Gideon. He tells great stories and gives good hugs. I'll be there as soon as I can. We're safe on the boat.
You guys race on the boat and sail away. Elsewhere, the king wakes up. He's sitting there. He's sitting there in the dark somewhere. You don't know where. But as he starts to stir, a figure moves in the darkness around him. Finally, you're awake. And you see her covered, the parts of her body that still very much are alive, covered in burns, over her arm, over her neck, leading to her face. The show is just getting started. And that is where we will end this season of Fears and Fortunes.
Bitch, no! I'm the only one who does shows! You don't get to run the show around here, please!
That is the end. This is why I told you guys you never know when you're gonna get a long rest. So
we're going. How long does it take to sail back to the city?
not that long, but
Damn.
It's another hour.
yeah.
I got two hit dice left, and I got
That's
two
all I need.
planes left.
You'll be able to get a short rest. You'll be able to get a short rest, but when we come
Help,
back,
somebody help.
which will be after a prolonged break, we will be gone for about a month. We're hoping not to make it any longer than that, as we prepare ourselves to face the Puppet Mistress for real this time.
Two hit points.
Thank you to Moz for lending their voice to the Puppet Mistress. I hope to have them here for episode 1 of season 3 to join us, to bring some more life to this character. It's one of my favorites, so really excited for that. That is all. We will be here next week for Q&A. Some of you may have questions. That is all right. Ask them here. Well, preferably ask them on our YouTube in the comments, or go to our Discord and leave questions there. We would love to hear your questions. We would love to answer them, and we'll be here next week to do that. That is all for us. Thank you so much for the many kind donations. Una still has an alt that they are holding on to that might become invaluable at the start of next season, because I also have an alt. And so I'll be saving on to that for how next season starts.
Why, I oughta.
That is all for us here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm getting a message. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, and yes, of course, there's been so much on our minds running all of this. And last week, I think I forgot. So it's important for me to shout out right now. Thank you. Thank you so much to Forgotten Adventures. Forgotten Adventures makes all the amazing battle maps that we're on, all the amazing tokens, including the Puppet Mistress, including the ruined temple that you just saw us in that we turned into like a mage's college. Thank you so much for that. Android Grace helped us put that together. And yeah, they make some of the best tokens, maps, and map assets. If you're into map making, or if you're running a game in virtual tabletop, they're the ones to go to. And without them, we wouldn't be here. So thank you guys so much for making all of this possible. And thank you, players, for bringing your A game. You guys managed it through that. I thought for sure I was going to down one of you. I only downed Byron. Well, Una got down, but I'm gonna
we don't have to talk about that. Was me.
That was a co-op. You and I
worked
worked together on that
me.
one, and I think that was great.
Thank you, Forgotten Adventures. I get to see my almost death weekly.
Yeah. And thank you, Karis Alexandra, for all the amazing art. Again, thank you, Android Grace, and thank you, Mutt, for the fan art today as well. And yeah, guys,
Please,
I can't
please
wait.
feel free to give us lots of comments and fan art to return to when we're possibly going to die next
Yes.
season, and you might feel bad for us and want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And we'd love to
nobody
see some
draw-
fan art for the Q&A.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
True, that would be cool.
And lastly, if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. We are less than 200 followers away on YouTube from reaching an important milestone where we'll be able to become a partner channel, which will be really good for us. And yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for watching.
Also, Adam.
Yeah.
Fuck you for torturing us. No, but that was amazing. Thank you, Arcane Adam.
Adam, we miss you every day.
And thank you, Adam, Arcane Adam, recording
Yes.
that line for us ahead of time.
Yes.
It's so good. It had just the effect I hoped it would have on the players when I started playing it. That was really great. Loved it. Yeah, guys, really excited for this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all for us. Thank you for watching. And we will see you next time. Bye.
And nobody draw art of
Hooray!
Una drowning in the water, upside down.
Fear is how it starts. Unsure what you'll find. It could tear you apart. You take a leap of chance. You break your mother's oath now. Macabre is the dance. And set free are the ghosts. Will a card save us here? Will it spell out our dooms? Only one thing is clear. We face fears and fortunes. Fears and fortunes, the cards don't ever lie. There's only 14 ghosts, but a million ways to die.